King, Mike in the Night, and the Gemini crew. Night, you're here with Mike in the night. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Let's just talk about the world, give this page another turn, 'cause you're here with us tonight. Everything's alright when you're here with Mike in the night. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Giving the world light when you're here with Mike in the night. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Sometimes things are just absurd, so let's just talk about the world, 'cause you're here with us tonight. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Let's just talk about the world, give this page another curl, 'cause you're here with us tonight.
I bid you all good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. You are tuned in to a very special live edition of Mike in the Night. It is 8:57 p.m. Pacific time. The date is March the 2nd, 2020. And right now it is March the 3rd, 2020 for a majority of the world. Except where I'm at, on the Pacific time zone. I bid you all good morning, good evening, good night. Whether you're watching us from your condo in the sky, or your cabin in the woods, or your cottage in the mountains, your semi-detached bungalow, or your semi-detached bungalow, or semi-detached house, or you're on the 4th story in your work office. You are tuned in to Mike in the Night. Recline that chair, sit back, crack a little bit of bubbly water, sparkly water, some Perrier or something, crack open a window, let in a nice breeze, because you're here tonight with Mike in the Night. All right, guys. I want to... Yes, there is live call-ins. Someone's asking in the comment section. Also, I would like to apologize. What happened was I had a stream set for this Wednesday for trends in the housing market. But for some reason, this is not the first time this happened on YouTube. I'd set a date. It'd go by the calendar. I'd find it on the calendar, the Wednesday, set the date, the time, and it'd go on another day. And this is not the first time this has happened to me on YouTube, where I pre-schedule an event or a live event, and then it changes. So I went to go check on the Mike in the Night for Saturday, and it still looks good. I'm going to keep checking it. And if you guys notice something, as moderators too, if you guys notice that, I do trends in the housing market on Wednesday, take a look, and if you see it here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Go ahead and just... message me on Skype or something. Go here. Here's our upcoming live streams. Here it is. Mike in the Night special starts in exactly 1 minute according to this thing. And there's trends in the housing market. So if you see it set on the wrong date or something looks wrong, please go ahead and let me know. Tell me in the comments below that something isn't right. Or let me know, or Skype me a few days before so I could fix that. So I asked you guys if I should do a live stream. We got 52 votes. 81% said yes, and 19% said no. That doesn't really count because 4 accounts are coming from the one IP address. So that kind of doesn't count. For someone to do that, man, wow. And I basically apologized here for the trends in the housing market. It will come up soon. I promise, guys, this Wednesday we'll be talking about everything. So this is a very special. This is for members. People that have joined the channel and been a member of the channel here with the Mike Martins channel. You can click here to join the channel if you want to join and be a member and support this teensy-weensy little transmission we got. Remember, we're not public funded or any of that crap, or bought or owned. It's just us. That's it. Boom. GTO Bob in the house. So that's the deal, man. All right, guys. So let's get to a bit of channel news here. Did cover quite a bit today. Did go over a few things. There it is. Mike of the Night live. 45 watching. So here's the deal, guys. The whole COVID-19 thing on the brink. Just did a video about it. A couple of other Mike of the Night clips that I chopped up and put here under the COVID. I have a COVID-19 little section there. Mike of the Night, the new generation, guys. Here it is there. All the episodes, if you want to go back to years, you could. Trends in the housing market. Longest running trends housing show going on for 4 years now. And rents and lifestyle, just little stories. Panic in Australia, empty shelves. Oof. Everywhere. This is interesting. Where we are living in very interesting, mysterious times. And what else? Morning Coffee with Mike. Markets to the Moon. Good video I put up today. There's a picture of E.T. on it there. And I added, if you guys are bored and want to rip through a series, watch my Project Tabletop series here, where I converted a drug den into a legitimate business. All right. You could always shoot me a tip on PayPal. You could always... Guys, we got lots of new stuff and new swag in the store if you guys want to check it out. Message me on YouTube if you have to. I'm going to give you guys my YouTube. You go ahead and message me on YouTube. Here it goes. There's my YouTube. Go ahead and... I get lots of messages on there. And I'm also on Instagram if you want to, like, follow my ugly face. Go ahead and follow it on here. If you want to go on Instagram and follow me, go ahead. And, yeah, you are tuned in to Mike in the Night. It's about you guys tonight. Papa Piss says... Dead bad bounce today. Yeah, trying banned skill game in my area for lottery complaints. Overpower Lord 1984. Mike, did you see my link on the New York Times article about them stalling on tests performed on average? Put it here in the comments so you could see it. We apparently have some smashing news come into the channel from underground sources, and they're pretty. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like, what's happening right now? It's absolutely I'm speechless. It's like, how would you go 100 years back into the future, into 100 years back into the past, and trying to explain somebody what's going to happen 100 years from now? They would actually throw you into a loony bin. The banks are going to what? They'll never do that to my money. They're going to do what with bathrooms? Yeah, okay, buddy. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. This guy is a loony bin. Hey, Martha, you know what this guy just told me? He says he's from the future, and he told me that this is going to happen. What a loony. Yeah, so Reality Bites is out doing some investigative work for us, saying that found Costco busy during normal dead times. So, guys, you could go ahead and send me videos if you want via Skype. I'll play them. And you won't be held accountable for anything, guys. They could come and sue me. Come and sue me. Come on. It's like someone broke into my house and got hurt, and then he sued me for getting hurt by breaking into my house. Come on. Sue me. So we got Dragonvich Thomas Lynn in the house. We got Jordan Retro in the house. In the newspaper today, they was talking about housing crisis because they claimed in the effect the women more than men. So no, since it is so-called sexist, it's a problem now. Yeah, guys, it's a special Mike in the Night. Special Mike in the Night for channel sponsors. This is for you guys. People, but like their name, they'll have a little thing beside their name that means they're like a member. I don't have a lot of members in the channel, but everyone that supports this and sponsors this channel, Thank you so much. Globetrotter Mike in the house. Okay, guys, so let's go over a few things here. I got some really touchy, sensitive news, and I don't even know if I should show some of this. I don't even know. I don't even know if I could show some of this, to be honest with you guys. No other news headline. We got Supreme Canon there, a member of the channel there. Yes, they'll be demanding Ottawa to do something about it. So hide your money because you know what's coming next. All right, we got Mikey Jenkins in the house. We got Bird718 in the house. All right, let's go over. Let's do this, guys. All righty then. It is Mike in the Night. So we already went over some channel news. Now let's get over to. Let's go see what's up on Zero Hedge. Did CDC stop disclosing how many Americans are being tested for COVID-19? That's a really good question. I really hate to see this lady's face. I hate seeing Hill Dog's face. I can't. The threat of nuclear war between U.S. and Russia is now at its greatest since 1983. A risk of inadvertent nuclear war is real. Here is the fifth richest man of the 20th century. All of a sudden, people all over America are prepping like crazy. All right, let's look at this, guys. All right. Fox News crushes prime time with the highest ratings in 24-year history. CNN is suffering credibility crisis as viewership is in a mass exodus fleeing the fake news. You know what the funny thing is? Is like sometimes we get more people watching Mike in the Night than CNN does. You know, that's how bad it is. And I'm a nobody. All right. This video shows how far those in power will go to maintain control of quarantine. All right, let's open this. China warns of looming locust invasion as coronavirus outbreak fades. So the coronavirus, for some bizarro reason, is starting to fade out in China. That's nice. Let's go check out our friends at John Hopkins here. Remember, this is coming from reports from these countries. Let's check this out. Let's get this open tonight, guys. All right, let's see what we got here. 90,936. China's got 80,151. South Korea is pushing 5K. And South Korea, four shows ago, four Mike in the Nights ago, 4 weeks ago, was at 50. And I said we got to watch South Korea and Italy. Over Power Lord. Yeah, no. Upper Overlord 1984 just donated $2. Thanks for not letting us down, Mike. Yeah, I know. I scheduled a live stream. It's at the beginning of the show. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know why I did that, so I just came on. Let's just do a Mike in the Night Monday night special. Thank you so much, Upper Overlord 1984. That was my favorite year, 84. Best TV shows. Yeah, we're going to do an 80s show one time, just talking about 80s, just going on the 80s, on 80s binge. Music, TV, fashion, Playboy magazine. All right, guys, so 90,936 confirmed. So if China said 151 mainland China, 151, I don't care. If it said 3, I don't care. It's what South Korea is saying, what Italy is saying. Iran, I got something for Iran. Some people might not like it. It's actually pretty bad. We got Japan 274. We got France sitting at 191, and I think it was like 150 yesterday. And the U.S. is sitting at 105. Ooh, Portugal's got 2 now. They got no data, but Portugal's got its first 2. And then we got this one here. You know, this is the one we've been talking about every Mike in the Night. This one case in Sri Lanka. It's at 1 case. It hasn't moved from 1 case. Now, again, and I've said this a gazillion times, it says 1. I don't care. How many people did they test? 2? And 1 came positive? That's the question. That's what I'm talking about here. When you look at this, okay, when you look at this as a whole, and you say to yourself, oh, this is nice. Okay, 90,936 people. I couldn't care less about that damn number. Unless they tell me how many people were tested. That means nothing, 90,000 people. Unless they said, no, Mike, we tested 200,000 and 90,000 came back. We're sitting ducks. And that's what they're keeping from us. I don't know why they want to keep this from us. What's the big secret? Okay, if you tested 3 million people and you got back 90,000 confirmed, not too bad. 10 million? I wouldn't even be talking about this. You tested 10 million people and you got 90,000 come back, I wouldn't even be doing this show. I wouldn't even care. Now, you got 90,000 confirmed. How many people were tested? How many were tested? Oh, there's no total confirmed. It's only 3,000 deaths. More people die of the flu. Okay, then what's the ratio? What ratio are we looking at? We're looking at 90,000 plus 47,000 total recovered. Multiply that by 2. That's how many people roughly were tested? Are the test kits expensive? Because I hear they're very expensive, these test kits. Yeah, Overpower Lord saying this article says there are at least 10,000 per day in South Korea. Yeah. Oh, I believe that. I believe that more in the comments here on the channel than I do whatever these people are trying to feed us. They just got, Mr. A-Team saying they just got another person crossing in Abbotsford. And then 26 Gunter says South Korea has been preparing to union with North from a government similar to China. Tests, okay, the tests cost anywhere from $300 US to $10,000 US from what I heard through the grapevine. So, you know, I'm going to open up my my chat here a little bit bigger because I could barely see the little writing. There we go. I'm getting old, guys. I hope God gives me 24 more good years on this earth. 24 good years, man. That's all I want. We got GTO Bob saying Blue Suede Sue's in the house. It's a place I used to go to with friends back in the day in Mississauga, Ontario on Watline Avenue. All right. Okay, Matthew saying, a guy I work with just came back to work today after a trip to Sri Lanka. I will find out soon if there are any more cases there if I get infected. Yeah, that's the deal, guys. What are they telling us? What do they want to tell us? So when they keep saying, oh, it's only 90,000 people confirmed, there's 7 billion people on Earth, don't worry. No, how many people were tested? You know, how many people were tested? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Because if they tested 100,000 people and 90,000 came back positive, we're sitting ducks and we need to prepare. And that's why I keep telling people, listen to me. Prepare, everybody. Take care of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to Zero Hedge. China warns looming locust invasion as coronavirus outbreak fades. Woo! The coronavirus outbreak fades. They didn't find a cure. Is it running out of people to infect, or what fading and how? What sense? Fading as in everyone has left China, or like what is going on? Fades. But this is what China's saying, not zero hedge, right? Boeing beats bets on max production restart of mid-year with new hires. Whatever. Is China's economy finally starting to recover? Here is what the real data shows. Oh, man. I'm not going to entertain that, guys. Forced labor. China puts thousands of Uyghur Muslims to work in factories. Okay, so they get. Wow, really? I can't pronounce this, guys. I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So what's it called? Okay, let's find out who these people are. Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, they have camps too. All right, who are these people? Uyghur refers to a settled Turkic speaking urban dwellers and farmers in the Tarim Basin and Li who follow traditional Central Asian sedentary practices distinguished from the nomadic Turkic population, not Turkish people, Turkic populations in Central Asia. So it's an autonomous region of China. Okay, this is where it's located right here. It's an autonomous region. Right there. It's right here. It's an autonomous region in China. Guys, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Because Vancouver, Toronto, San Francisco, Sydney, Melbourne, they're all going to become autonomous regions of China in time. Just give it time. It's going to happen. So, yeah, that's what it means. So, okay, I never heard of this. You see, you learn something new every day. So, forced labor. And what else is this? Just see if there's anything worth looking at. All right. That's all I could see here that's worth taking a look at. Let's go over to our friends over at Fox News. Former VP stuns with gun control offer O'Rourke Coral's endorsement ahead of Super Tuesday. Oh, I hate seeing Forgetful Hill. I can't see that face. It just the Dow and Nasdaq score biggest point gains ever as stocks make coronavirus comeback. Woo! The bigger they are. Okay. Expert warn Russian leader may try to absorb this European dictatorship. Half of the world's beaches will disappear by 2100, experts say. Come on, Minga Jack. Come on. They said Florida would be underwater by 2006, they say. Come on. They said Florida be underwater. So, okay. So now at 2100, none of us will be alive to see if the world's half of the beaches in the world will be disappeared. That's smart. Put a prediction out there that nobody will be alive to prove. All right. Now let's see what our friends over at RT have to say here. Balancing act, how India's monitoring its military by buying the latest tech from both Russia and the West. U.S. to cut the number of Chinese state media journalists allowed to work in the country. Russia seeks to create conditions so that nobody wants to fight us, says Putin. Afghan peace deal shows cracks after Trump puts politics ahead of process to take credit for ending the U.S. longest conflict. And Greek Coast Guard attack migrant a dinghy and shot into water amid border in mayhem. Wow. So we got all kinds of stuff brewing all over the world. And So this is it, guys. So we're going to go over that. We're done with that. We're done with them. And who else do we got? Let's take a look at Yahoo Finance. The Australian markets closed 20 minutes ago. And let's see where they're sitting at right now, so you can get a kind of clear look on what's going to happen in the markets tomorrow morning here in the West. We got all odds sitting at 6,522, coming up from a big loss, up 61.50. The ASX 200 sitting at 6,447, up 56 points. Australian dollar against the US dollar is back at 65 cents. Oil is kind of sputting around 47, really having a tough time getting back to 50. Gold sitting exactly at 1,600. Bitcoin sitting at 13.5, down 41. That's about 8,900 US. The crypto 200 at 188. And the New Zealand at 50, the NZX 50 up 242 points, sitting at 11,346. Nasdaq was up, and good things looking good in Europe. The Nikkei took another loss today at 124.72. The Hang Seng, pump that money in, Shaz, push it. The DAX down, Dow Jones, look at that, 1,293 points in one sitting. And let's move on to here. Why you should have $100 in your wallet. Guys, you know, it's good to have a bit of money in your wallets, but in Australia, $100 doesn't even buy you 2 packs of smokes. Look it up if I'm lying. Look it up if I'm lying. 2 packs of cigarettes is $110 in some Australian cities. It's $45 to $55 a pack for a pack of cigarettes in Australia. So, like, all of a sudden, people all over America are prepping like crazy. And this video shows, for those in power, how far they'll go to maintain quarantine. So this looks like it's a YouTube video. I don't know if I could play this, so I don't get any flagging issues. And, of course, Reserve Bank makes interest rate decision amid coronavirus panic. Lower the rates, deflate the currency, impoverish the population, destroy everybody. So we got GTO Bob in the house saying Manaya. We got NDE Awakening in the house. Jordan Retro in the house. Papa Pissed in the house. We got Pseudo Scientist in the house. We got NDE Awakening. Walking Journey said he'll never call into your show again. Why? And did rate cut 0.5 bump the market? Yes, the rate cut did bump the market, guys. Nobody freak out. It did. Of course, when you lower rates, money becomes cheaper to borrow, and it makes it better. It makes it better for investors because they borrow more for less. It's very simple. Your savings go to hell. You got another interest rate cut. You're trying to save money in the bank. Merry Christmas. They're going to go into negative territory. Once it starts going into negative territory, guess what's going to happen? They're going to start punishing savers. Okay, so that's done. Lower them rates. Keep lowering them. That's going to help a lot of people out. All right, let's get some callers in and find out what the hell is going on. So we got some really, I don't know, like really sensitive material here. So massive graves in Iran and Taiwan, I think. I got pictures. So we got a bunch of photos and stuff kind of floating around here that was sent in. And this is a chemical factory or something, or a factory getting like a chemical disease control factory blowing up. That's what I was told. Empty shelves. Man, people love them toilet paper, eh? I just got something to spray my... That's another... I don't know if that could be anything. Man, that looks scary as F. But the only thing is, those trucks look severely outdated, though. It could be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And this COVID-19 is not like the flu. Mortality is 10 to 50 times higher. Serious and critical cases are 10 times as frequent. 3 to 12 times as many people could get infected. One person will infect up to 4 times as many others. Without lockdowns in multiples twice as fast, it multiplies twice as fast, exponential. Infections and takes infectious and takes up to 4 weeks until symptoms show. So basically, it just, you won't see external. You can't externally say, "Man, that guy looks pretty bad. Holy crap! Go home and sleep, dude." You can't say that. You can't. You don't know. Somebody could have it, and then it can't be transmitted via hard surfaces for more than a week. Wow, that's a tough one to chew. You would think that a lot of viruses and other crap don't survive or live on surfaces for no longer than a couple of hours, a day at best. People are infectious more than twice as long. People frequently doctors and nurses die. 1 in 7 have reoccurrence after cured. So 1 in 7, that's huge. And ER and ICUs get overloaded. So I kind of wanted to share that with you guys. So let me know what you guys think there in that. And there's something else here that I was supposed to show you guys. It's in Google Translate. What is this thing? This link is longer than... Oh. Okay, this is from the Mujahideen Organization of Iran. Oh. Wait, what year is this? 1398. December 12th, 1398. I know in the Muslim they don't follow the calendar we do here in the West. So it's showing 13. Okay, I'm not sure what date this is. Like if this is from today, but it says December 12th, 1398. The thousands of corona sufferers confessed to Deputy Clerical Health Minister. So this is translated. Okay, this is translated. The Deputy Minister of Health, I can't read that. Health admitted in a television interview with 2 state-run television networks that there were thousands of hospitalizations due to the corona, and only 5% of people have positive coronary test. Deputy Minister of Health Qasim Janbabi emphasized that less than 5% with coronary artery disease go to the hospital, and 2% of the coronary artery disease in their symptoms are so mild or inadequate they can be fully cared for at home. In the television program, the deputy minister is shunned when he asks the deputy secretary why he is being tested by lawmakers, while those who have the disease should be tested unless their blood is more colorful than the people. While it is now clear that Kamamati and other regime leaders at the best guards have the best, most penetrative treatment options. On March 5th, how is it? What is this? March 5th? It's March 2nd. The government-run news site reported that it had taken the test and diagnostic facilities to Musami's home and had taken all the colleagues and relatives without testing. Okay. All while, according to the deputy minister, there are about 6,000 people affected, 6% whom are basically unable to go to the hospital and are out in the streets and public passages. While Kamani Ranani and other regime leaders trying to minimize the number of infected with the coronavirus by minimizing the tragedy that is currently taking place in the country solely because of their criminal secrecy. So this is coming from People's Mujahideen Organization of Iran. Okay, Dragonkov, Thomas Lynn, thank you. $2. Stated that Epstein did not kill himself. Yeah, the paper bed sheets killed him. Fast. Okay, so okay, so that went through Google Translate. Let's go to Press TV, guys. Let's go to Press TV. Let's go to Press TV and see what they say. Video, Iran receives first supplies to contain coronavirus. Okay, this is from 3 minutes ago. Oh, it's from U.S. U.S. deaths rise to 6. We got that already. We covered that already. I'm not seeing anything here. Press TV is funded by Iran state media. Iran state funded global media. And usually I would think they would cover this coronavirus thing a little bit more. They have it right here, but this is not... They're not really like front and centering anything here. Here it is. Iran fights corona. All right, let's click this here. Iran receives the first WHO supplies to contain coronavirus. Iran outlines most recent countermeasures against outbreak. Iran says doubts in U.S. intentions in offering coronavirus aid. This is from 19 hours ago. U.S. sanctions affect rise in coronavirus infections in Iran. Holy crap, look at them in Iran. This guy's wearing goggles. Iran carries out regular sanitization in public places to contain corona spread. Dude, look at this guy. Look at all these people on the thing, man. Holy smokes. He's wearing like mittens on his hand, too. I'm trying to see if we could find anything from Press TV. They're not really showing anything here. They're sending WHO supplies here. A plane load of assistance from the World Health Organization, including 8 tons of medicines and test kits to help the country in its battle against the new coronavirus outbreak. Man, this sucks. Okay. So there it is. I'm surprised that Press TV has got such little coverage on this with the amount of outbreak that they have. Let's go back to Johnny Hopkins here. Iran, 1,500. And that's what they're telling us. All right. Let's get somebody to call in. See what we got here. Let's see if we get Gunter 26 if he's still awake.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Yo, how are you, my brother?
Doing pretty good.
Good. So, anything you can tell us? Any updates on anything?
I got nothing from Wisconsin. We might have 2 more cases. They're suspected right now. I really can't find much of anything. I think there's another
what's the
case
deal with
in
Florida getting a few cases.
I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping track of all the happenings.
Are you seeing Costco's in Wisconsin getting?
I haven't been to any big city recently, but last Monday I did go out and buy a bunch of stuff, and I noticed in my small town it's about 15,000 people. There were no N95 masks. Well, I did buy 7 from one store, but they were gone in Walmart. They were gone in the other hardware store. Although I'm just starting to slowly see people here and there like filling up their shopping carts. I assume if I'd go to Walmart this Saturday, there'd probably be a lot more people filling up. It's kind of hard to gauge at this point how people are taking it.
So what do you think is really happening? I mean, are they so steadfast on this next election that they got to make sure that this, whatever this virus is, COVID or whatever they want to call it for the week, they want to make sure they keep this as, I guess, keep a lid on it, so to say, until the elections or something? Or what's going on?
Yeah, they definitely want to try and prevent panic. that's really their whole narrative at this point is controlling panic. And of course, you're going to have the political plays. You're going to have the whole false dichotomy of left versus right. They're going to want to try and make the president look bad. And that's kind of the thing with the elites. You kind of have to read between the lines with them. Even CNN will tell the truth one time a day. So right now they're telling everybody to prepare. It's probably a good idea to prepare.
CNN actually told people to prepare?
I don't know if CNN, but CNN has been doing it. But there are MSM sources telling people. There are articles saying, yeah, it's probably a good idea to start getting food and water.
Wow. Because usually that's the last thing they tell people. Like we've already heard other governments from other countries to prepare up to 2 to 3 months worth of supplies in case we do hit hard times. And this is before the whole coronavirus thing. Like even Putin did, like I think it was like 8 months ago, he had his big announcement, his speech or whatever, and he basically stated that he asked that people be prepared and have preparedness all the time, be ready in case something happens, right? But wow, for CNN or one of any American, well, Canadian really hasn't been saying much. I know.
Well, the problem is we don't really know how many people are infected in the States.
Right.
You have those faulty CDC tests, and the CDC just happens to keep accidentally, I say that with quotations, they keep accidentally releasing people who are infected. So there could already be hundreds, if not thousands, of people infected across the country already. Mm-hmm.
This thing is super contagious.
Yeah.
This isn't a joke. So in Canada, at least you guys kind of, are doing something about it, closing flights in from China, blah, 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 really doing something about it. But with Canada, they're just arming people at the airports with flyers, and that's it.
Yeah, Trudeau's really
dropping the
really
ball?
not gonna do anything about it. Well, he might end up doing something if
really,
say worst case scenario, like you have people starting to stream into the U.S. from Canada that are infected, and Trump might say something to them
or close the border.
Yeah, but we're kind of seeing a delayed reaction because not only is it sort of semi-intentionally that they want to cause the virus to spread, but also, they don't want to cause panic. They don't want to, prematurely sever the supply lines.
Oh no! God forbid that happens, and then the markets take a hit. We can't have those markets taking hits anymore.
And the supply chain's already fragile as it is right now. So
yeah. And now China's forcing these other people from another province into forced labor. And I just read
the Uyghurs, they've been getting a pretty raw deal for a while. The Han Chinese have been moving over there, colonizing. I forget their actual name. Or East Turkestan, I believe, is what they...
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're called. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, they've been, and of course the Uyghurs want to be independent. They want to be their own country, and they're resisting. And of course the Chinese are just exterminating them, and nobody's going to do anything about it.
Well, because they don't have oil there or something that anybody really wants, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's really good. So what do you got? What did you prepare with? You pick up some wipes, some toilet paper?
I got some canned foods. I got seeds. I'm hoping the Postal Service keeps up for the next couple of weeks. I'm awaiting like a 360-gallon water storage system.
Good for you. Good for you. I got a rain catcher thingy to catch rain. And
I'm a little iffy on rainwater, just because of you never know what's in it these days. And I'm not prepared to filter any of it.
Okay, fair enough.
I got some live straws. I've been buying ammo. too. So
Life straws are amazing. I think life straws are phenomenal. Life straws are cheap. They're good for I don't know how many gallons of like tens of thousands of gallons of water. They're good to go, and I life straws are that's a life straw. If you guys want to look it up, life straw, get one on Amazon. I think for $20-$30 Canadian.
yeah, I'm probably gonna go try it here in a few days. See how it works.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
I do have an emergency
Bug out bag.
kind of kind of filled with like thermal blankets and stuff. Since winter's not over, I want to buy like a little solar powered generator, like just some batteries that can be charged with solar panels, maybe to run some space heaters.
Sure.
In case power gets interrupted. And it's still kind of chilly here in Wisconsin. Not too bad. It looks like spring might be coming early. But
good.
I would just like to tell people, keep your eyes open. Kind of read in between the lines with what's going on. For most people, the C virus will probably be just like getting the flu until you happen to catch it the second time, and that's when it's really deadly. And the people who are most vulnerable are the elderly, smokers, former smokers.
Yeah, they're gonna have a tough time if they get reinfected. They're gonna get a good kick in the pants if they're not taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bodies are going to be contagious. It's like with the chicken pox. If you got chicken pox as a kid, even if you don't have symptoms, you kind of still have to be isolated from other children for a little bit.
That's correct.
Because you're still carrying the virus.
That's correct.
But
okay. Well, Gunter.
Well, I kind of wasn't really prepared to talk tonight.
No, I just wanted to have you
next-
on real quick to get just a diagnosis of what's happening in the Northeast there where you are in Wisconsin. That's all. Anything, if anything, comes up, it doesn't, give us a little lowdown on what's going on, your preparedness, what you're preparing for, and maybe get some people, motivated to get some bug out bags in case they live in condos. What advice can you give to people that live in condos?
Ooh, well, try and get out. Try and find family.
Make arrangements or something, right?
Yeah, right now, my little brother just moved back in with my parents, and our whole kind of short-term plan is, he stays here for like 6 to 9 months, gets his debt from college kind of paid down, and then we move back to the state capital, rent an apartment. But at this point, I'm like, screw that. I'm just rather go put up a hot tent in the woods.
Do some ice fishing.
Yep. But
all right, Gunter 26. Thanks for calling. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, next Mike in the Night, I'd like to come on and talk about quantum computing and 5G and how all that kind of ties together.
Yes, for sure. Please, please, if you can.
All right. Well, you take care, Mike.
Yeah, Gunter 26. Take care and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. That is our eyes and ears on the ground in the state of Wisconsin. That is taking care of business and kind of getting a lowdown on what's happening there on the ground. So, yeah. CV. Let's get back to Johnny Hopkins here real quick. Come on, Johnny Hopkins. Where the hell are you? Here you go. Johnny Hopkins. So this is what we're getting. You know what? I wouldn't sleep tonight if they said, okay, Mike, if you want to know... Oh, Globetrotter Mike's calling in. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good. Good to see.
I have a little bit of a delay here. I hope you hear me loud and clear.
I hear you perfectly on time. The delay is because when you watch it, there's a latency on the side of your side. But we're live right now. So how are you, my brother?
I'm good.
So what's on your mind?
A little bit about preparedness I want to talk about.
Please.
Some mistakes that I want to point out that people eventually come across. The first one would be put your kit together first and then buy the bag, because you don't know exactly what you have to carry about it, and you should try it on in real life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one is don't be too tactical with your bug out bag. It's not an assault bag, and you're not G.I. Joe. right?
Or GI Jose.
GI Jose, exactly. So
Yeah.
you want to be the gray man.
Hmm.
If you and I have bug out bags and I have a black one and you have a camo bag with a AK-47 on your side, you're going somewhere else than I do.
Hmm.
Because um, you want to go as quickly as possible from point A to point B.
That's correct.
And the third one that I got here is too bushcrafty. That means the bear grill syndrome. I want to call it like that. And you want to go from point A to point B. You don't want to go fishing on a trip. You're not going camping, right?
Right.
And the second one, number four, is have a strategy. Plan your destination, practice, know your route, have a backup route, right? And if you have a family, you train with your family and practice with your family that everybody arrives in destination, and you should know how long it takes.
Right. Right.
Not in shape is another big one. You don't have to be in the gym, but you should be in shape a little bit for that distance that you want to travel. If you want to walk 25 miles or click kilometers in the woods,
Hmm.
that is on your body, right?
Right.
What else? No infos, meaning paperwork with you, pictures, family, bank account, access cards, papers of your house, credit cards, driving license, copies of that stuff, right? A little bit of money is not that bad. Currency, gold and silver would do just fine. And a little bit of first aid for your stomach, because it's pretty touring on your body in general. And if you have somebody with a um, sensitive stomach, right, you should have some fiber pills, fiber drinks, Pepto-Bismol, stuff like that.
Alka-Seltzer.
Yes,
Let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you a question.
sure.
You get out 45 kilometers in some Alaskan wilderness. You set up. You're outside of Anchorage. You know the terrain. You know how to hunt. You set yourself up. You got your fire going. You're ready to bug out for a couple of months, maybe half a year. You're not scared of anything. And then somebody walks into your camp unexpectedly, infected, starts touching your stuff while you're out hunting, and then you come back, you get infected. So the scary part is setting up or creating a community like you watch those TV shows like Walking Dead, where they would create a compound, a community to be together. But then one person ruins it and everybody gets sick. So it's like, how do we completely isolate ourselves without swimming out to a uncharted island? You know what I'm saying? How do we really isolate ourselves?
I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I have to lie to you, and I don't want to do that because I don't have to have the answer to that question.
I think honestly, I think a treehouse. I know it sounds childish,
Not
but
really.
setting up and finding good trees out in the wilderness, a good strong one, it'd give you a vantage point over your lookout.
Right.
It would give you you get a lot of wind though, but you just could pull up the rope or whatever when you're up the top, and I don't know, rigging something to drop your rope. I don't know, but I think being up high in a nice strong tree and putting a couple of 2x4s across, and then just setting something up with a hammock if you can. You know what I'm saying? And then you're better off being, I guess, up and about, I guess, for vantage points, right? I don't know. That's just me, right?
Yeah, no, high up is definitely wrong, especially if you have some rifles with you, you can hunt or a bow or whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely an advantage to be high up, but you maybe get seen. Keep that in mind too. I mean, you're not alone. You're not the lone wolf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody walks in the same distance. I'm in Edmonton here right now, for example, and when somebody where do you go? Yeah, mountains, right?
Mm-hmm. What country are
Nobody.
you in?
I'm in Edmonton.
Oh, so you're in Edmonton. Okay, so you can just go north of up there, up in the north of Highway 5 there, right?
Me personally, I would go Saskatchewan, no, north of Saskatchewan.
Wow. So almost in the Yukon territory there.
Yes.
Or is that northwest? No, that's not northwest.
The,
That's the
no,
Yukon.
Yukon is north, and if you go northeast, it's Saskatchewan, and if you go northwest, it's BC.
And you have I guess you have I guess you hunt and you do all that stuff already, right?
Yeah, I live on an acreage, or me and the wife, and yeah.
And what would you ever consider converting your acreage into a hobby farm?
I, I did that all, and we had chickens and turkeys and all kind of animals, like a little homestead going.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm 50 years old, and we decided we were looking up for something new, and ditched all that, and want to live on a sailboat. And now the coronavirus comes around the corner, and yeah, sweet.
Oh man. So you were gonna get ready to go on a sailboat and live the rest of your life going to
Around.
islands in the Caribbean, and then boom, this hits.
Yeah, that was the plan, yes. And now, yeah, we can start from scratch with prepping and stuff like that. I mean, especially um, if if you go to Costco and spend $1,000 or $2,000 on food, you should prepare that, right? I mean, you don't open cans, but if you buy rice and stuff like that, you should um, um, put that in vacuum bags, seal it.
That's right. Yeah, you
So,
could buy a vacuum bag kit on Amazon for cheap, right?
or even in Save on Foods or Safeway, I saw some kicking around somewhere, or even Cabela's sells some.
Yeah, Cabela's has them too. I remember that. Yeah, because
Yeah,
people hunt, right? And they want to
right,
store their food, right?
correct.
Yeah. Any other tips?
Yeah, for the guys in the condos, I would say buy a little 24 bottle flat of water, put it in your truck, and keep your tank full of gas. And if you drive a quarter of gas out of the tank, just top her up. You never know when it comes in handy.
Yeah, for sure. Always have your gas tanks filled, right, and ready to go, right?
Forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Globetrotter Mike in the house. Thanks for calling us and keeping us up to date. If you want to call in on Mike in the Night, let me just call in on Mike in the Night. We're going to be pretty much talking about the same thing, and that's basically what's been happening.
All right, I will do.
All right. God bless you.
Take care.
Bye. So that's our man, Globetrotter Mike, who is in Edmonton, who gave us a call here. And, yeah, I don't know, guys. This is becoming a big deal. This is actually becoming a bigger deal. And I'm happy to hear that a lot of people are prepared. I'm happy to hear that people are doing something about it. You know, when I hear from people and they tell me, "Oh, I went to my Costco and there was nothing there," that's good in a way because somebody has woken up. Somebody has taken account to what's happening. Somebody is trying to make a statement, so to say. I guess, if you want to say it that way, right? Let's see who else we got here. See who we got here. Looks like Evan the market guy is out. Doesn't look like he's on. David Xavier, do you want to come on the show, buddy? I know I saw you in the comments here earlier. I'm not sure if you're still watching. If you want to come in on the show. We got lots of people here on Skype. We got Mike of the Night tonight. Lots going on. All right, guys, let's go back to quick channel plug here, if that's okay. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. Don't forget to set reminders here. Sorry about today's live stream, guys. Trends in the housing market. It's always on Wednesdays. If you guys notice something unusual, because I know YouTube is moving around. I know they do this kind of stuff, right? If you guys can, please notify me via Skype or something. If something does not look right on the channel, just let me know. We're all on this channel together, right? What else? Subscribe to the channel. Join the channel if you want. Go here, join the channel. Be part of it. Shoot me a tip on PayPal. Buy something cool at the shop. The shop's cool, man. We got a lot of cool stuff. I'll be ordering a few samples in this week for you guys to see. And I'll be sending some stuff to Lord Humongous. And then we have here my Facebook. If you guys, I'm going to give you guys my Facebook. If you need to message me or if you want to send show tips, send the show tips here, okay? Wow, we have 132 people watching on an unannounced Mike in the Night. Holy smokes. I thought we were going to get 50, 40 people watching. You know, it's nobody new. I just threw this up there. You get this special edition Mike in the Nights. Special Bob Hope specials. And guys, here's my Instagram. Here's my newest photo I threw up. Yeah, here it is. I don't know if you guys could see that. There's Putin, Trump, and Trudeau playing video games, and everybody's controller's plugged in except Trudeau's, and he didn't notice. And he goes, did he notice yet? And he asks him, and he goes, nope, hasn't the slightest. Then he looks, and it's right. It's kind of cute. I thought that was cute. That's why I threw it up. But, yeah. What else? Okay. So if you guys want to do that, let me know. No big deal. All right. So we got Steve the plumber in the house. Steve, can I call you? Are you okay to call? Can I call you? Are you sleeping? I know it's like 1 o'clock in the morning where you are, but if you want to talk a bit and tell me how this is affecting the economy on your end and what's happening with housing selling to 400,000 over asking. Man, Canadians make about $1 million a year to afford this very expensive lifestyle we have here. Jordan Retro in the house. Zero Heroes here in the house. Australia Central Bank cut its rate again. Yep, I covered that right at the beginning of the show. It was one of our first stories we covered. ASX was up. All Ords was up from today's market trading. It is, guys, it is Tuesday afternoon in Australia right now, right? It's still Monday night here where I am. 9:57 p.m. Okay, we got Daily Hive. Okay, we got a Daily Hive. 11 turquoise lakes in BC you can still visit before summer ends. Ooh, that's nice. So British Columbia has some of the most stunning lakes and national parks the country has to offer, and many can be checked off the list within a weekend. I've been to quite a few of these. Look how beautiful these places are, guys. Beautiful places here for us to bug out. Look at that. Wow. Oh, STP sent an image. Oh, he sent a picture of his friend. Steve, can I call you? Come on, Steve. Go to a room where I can talk to you. So you're like, incognito. Come on, Steve. Where are you? Oh, he hung up. I probably woke somebody up in the house. Probably woke somebody up in the house. I'm so sorry. He's actually messaging me right now. He's probably gonna tell me to get lost. Family is all asleep. Sorry, bud. I didn't mean to. Just keep it on silent so when it rings, if it does ring, you could go ahead and if it does ring, you could go ahead and not answer it, and it wouldn't wake nobody up. Okay, I got David in the. Let me call this guy David. I don't know. See, the thing is, it's late. I don't know who's sleeping. It's a Monday night. Northern Alert is very nice. Also, lakes here. The lakes here look brown. Where's that? Beautiful country. Let's give it away. Leftists. Yeah. Okay, more BC Lake stuff to check out by 3. Pull up the picture I sent you. There it is. I'm not going to read that out. Probably flag my channel down. Probably send secret police to my house. Okay, let's see who we can get here. I wonder if Lord Humongous is still awake. That's a tough thing. When you do an unscheduled show, you're not sure who you could call or who you're allowed, who is popping around, who is, who's, yeah, guys, don't forget to get into here. I'm sorry about today's show, today's show was kind of screwed up. I know. So I'm checking the dates now every time to make sure this is set right. So set a reminder, guys, for Trends in the Housing Market in 2 days, this Wednesday. And Mike in the Night, again, pandemic on the way. More pandemic discussion. I don't think, honestly, wholeheartedly, I don't think we can. I don't think we're going to stop this by this Saturday. If we do, we'll do a show about, I don't know, going to Mars or something. Yeah, we could cover, Buddy's in Louisiana. Buddy is, Supreme had to leave. Yeah, it's late. People have to go to work the next day, right? Supreme had to, people have to go to work, right? Let me see who else we got here. Who's this? Oh, this is somebody. Oh, let me give him a call. Who cares? Somebody messaged me a bunch of photos.
Hello?
Yo, what's up, dog?
Hi.
Are you sleeping?
I'm not sleeping.
Oh, okay. This is Mike here from Mike in the Night. You're live. You sent me a bunch of pictures, so I said, hey, I'm going to give this guy a call.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. How you doing? You sent me a lot of information. So what's going on? Look, we're talking about the CV tonight, the coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever the hell they call it this week. What's happening in your mind?
Oh, it's crazy. Just I live in Canada, and yeah, I've heard from people like in Prince George and kind of all over the place that I'm just kind of put on the spot right now, but just people are sick. My friend is sick, right? They have the coronavirus, right? And it sounds like, well, are you joking or? But I trust these people, and they're saying that their friend or their daughter is. I only had 2 people who have told me that they're sick, and I'm like, are you sure? Like, have they been diagnosed? Did they actually have the coronavirus? And they're like, yeah, they do, and they're in isolation right now, and it's almost kind of scary because it's in Prince George, right, or places like that.
Mm-hmm. But that's so isolated, Prince George. But remember, Prince George has one of the biggest docks that comes in from Asia.
Yeah, he had this certain person. I don't want to give away too much information, but he had went to China. I don't know the whole thing, but it was I think it was for a week or two. And when he came back, he was in China, or he was in Prince George for about a week, and just doing his normal shopping and stuff like that. And he started feeling sick, and I don't know the whole story, but just from what I was told, they just went to the hospital and they said, oh, I was from China, or I came back from China, so they gave him the test, and so he had the coronavirus, and he was like, no, give me another test. So I think they tested him like 2 or 3 times, whatever it was. But yeah, and so he's actually not allowed to talk about it.
He's not allowed to talk about it.
Oh, and but he told his family anyways, and I'm hearing from the family, right? And these are people I trust. He's not some random.
I understand. So so what is this, like a fight club or something? If you got the coronavirus, you can't talk about the coronavirus?
Yeah, it's just I don't know the whole just he said that he's legally not allowed to talk about it, or he could face, I think it was a certain fine or something like that.
What?
And but he's just in his home right now, from what I've heard. And so for this whole week, he had the virus and he was spreading it around, right? Not that he didn't know, but he was, the virus was inert. And for that whole week, he was in Prince George, went shopping and stuff like that, and went out with his friends. He's been to restaurants and stuff like that. So it's really worrying, because if this is one case that I know personally, like, I'm not some doctor or some this or that, But this one person that I know, right, that I trust too, right, really, really trust, to say all this stuff, and it's like, it's already here. And this was like a week ago, like 4 days ago when I heard this. And it's like, I've been stocking up on everything. I have like 2 full face masks. I have like a year's worth of food. I feel kind of paranoid.
Well, no one blames you to feel paranoid, because the problem is they're not telling us anything, and that's their job. The government's job is to keep a lid on this, period. No questions asked, no debate. And like you said, legally you can't tell no one you have this virus. Really? What are they going to do? Come there and shoot them?
Yeah, exactly, Mike. I've looked in the news in Prince George, and even families that are there. They looked up. There's nothing on the news. The news isn't reporting it, right? And it's like, who else is sick that I don't know about? This is just one case from one guy. He didn't go to Wuhan. I don't know exactly where he went to. I think it was Shanghai or something like that. Mm-hmm. This was before Shanghai was quarantined or whatever it was. This is when it was still just bustling and about. Right, so he just went there for a week and came back. He didn't go to Wuhan, like I said, or any crazy places, right?
I'm going to open up a map to show everyone how isolated Prince George is. So people watching right now, it's a quite. I'm thinking of Prince Rupert is where the ports is. So guys, this is Prince George. It looks like it's close to 1,500 miles from, or 1,300 miles from Vancouver. Am I right?
Something like that. I haven't been there, but
yeah, it's way up here, guys. It's like, here's Vancouver, here's Seattle. If you're watching in the States, this is in northwestern part of the United States. There's Seattle. You go up, there's Vancouver, there's Kamloops. I'm here in Merritt. This little dot. Kamloops is north of me. And then to get up to Prince George, there isn't even a direct highway to get up there. You got to go around up Edmonton or something, right? So, anyways, yeah. So isolated.
It's not too. It is isolated, but it's not like super, super isolated. Like, it's one of the main northern places, at least as far as I know. Mm-hmm. But it's just but it's not hard. In that week, someone could have gone, got sick and then came down to Vancouver, right? It's just all it takes is one cough, right? It's like I said, stockpiling food, and right now I live in Vancouver Island, mm-hmm. and in a very small town. And Walmart's a lot of stuff is empty. Like the rice is the big bags of rice are sold out.
Yeah, you sent me that stuff, some images on that stuff.
Yeah, but in my local town, I didn't take. This was in I think it was in another town, but in my town, like I'm just going to the store and stuff is sold out. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Like I want like a part of me saying it's not true. It's just the flu. But then, like I said, in this case, where someone I really, really trust, like a close family member or a close, anyways, it was something. Yeah.
I know what you mean. So somebody that's not gonna blow smoke up your butt. Someone that's actually gonna be there and tell you, look, this is what's happening, and they're making it illegal for him to talk about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just crazy when you think about it. Like, I'm freaked out. Like, I try to like tone it down. In my head, a part of me is just toning it down. But when I really think about it, now that I'm talking about it, I don't talk about it really with much anyone. If I try to tell people, hey, this person who I really, really trust is telling me all this stuff, and like I said, they're not BS people. No, it's like, oh, you just, they're lying to you, man, or they're trying to scare you, and it's like, no, but nobody wants to believe me, so I don't really tell anybody. So it's kind of coming out now, and it's kind of. You make me feel crazy, No,
you're not crazy, dude. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't be having a show about it if it wasn't serious, right? Do you remember a few shows ago, like 5 or 6 Mike in the Nights ago, we did a show where South Korea was at 50 cases?
Something like that. I've watched a few.
Yeah, it's about 50 cases. We're at 51 cases. So I said, we're going to use South Korea as a good, like, solid testing ground, because we can't trust the Chinese communists, right? Mm. They're at 4,812 today, and this is like not even a couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
Italy's at 2,036.
But I don't trust the Canadian government either, because in that 1 week, like I said, and this is like one case, right? How many more cases are there, right? This is one case.
But how do you feel that? Do you think Canada's doing a good job by protecting its its ports of entry from this. They are giving people flyers. I mean, do you think that's enough?
No way. Like this guy, like I said, this is like I said, one guy. He went to China and back, and he was allowed through. There's no tests, no nothing from what I heard. It's just like normal airport travel, and this was 4 or 5 days ago. I think maybe 7 days, or something like that. A couple, Imagine all the people from China who are going to Vancouver, right? It's crazy. It's so crazy.
They get like 11 flights per day.
Yeah. So, I don't even go out, right? I go to the store right before they close when there's nobody there, and I wear gloves, and it's people looking at me like, oh, what's this guy doing? But it's like, it's crazy.
Did you remember the Raven last week on the show? He's been stocking up big time. Last Mike of the Night, he's been stocking up huge. He's got he showed us photos that we're allowed to show on the show of the back of his pickup truck just full of tuna and water.
Mm-hmm. I just feel bad for my family, like my greater family, because they don't believe me, and it's like I can't prove it. How do I prove it? And
there's nothing you could do. I mean, you could sit down with everyone and say, "Look, this looks like it's a big deal, right?" Mm-hmm. If it wasn't a big deal, then why aren't they releasing all the information we need to know? It's definitely something they need to keep a lid on.
Yeah, because why didn't they say, like, if this is only one case, why didn't they say, well, someone in Prince George, was walking around for 1 week? Why didn't the news there say it? Why didn't they say anything? They didn't say anything. It's nothing. And like I said, to tell him that he can't tell anybody, right? You can't tell anybody. I think it was you pay some huge fine, and you can go to jail too, or something like that. It's crazy. They don't tell anybody, right? You can't tell anybody legally, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How many more cases are going on, right, that we don't know about?
Wow. That is a head turner right there. So you got in the U.S. right now, you got a lot of cities like New York City, and they're saying that it's going to spread. Like L.A. County, you got all kinds of places, right, that are hotbeds ready to blow up in America. They're trying to keep a lid on this as much as possible because it is election year. It is election year in the States, so they don't want this stock market to get disturbed.
Yeah, the incubation time was like, 2 weeks? So if
2 weeks is not enough, dog. It's got to be at least 25 days.
But imagine this guy in Prince George in that week, right? The people that he infected wouldn't have symptoms for quite a while, right? And they would be spreading it around in that time too. And all it takes is one person, right, that doesn't know they're sick. Right, one person, and they're going to spread it to, it's like, dominoes,
Oh God, Daniel Roberts, one of our commentators here, I forgot. He actually works at LAX. We got to get him to call into the show. If he's working at LAX, we need to know what the hell is going on there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we get a kind of a showdown on what's happening. It's good you're on the island because you're not 100%, out of the woods, you're not out yet. You're not out of the spread of transmission area because you're still in a really good position because you could hunt where you are, you could fish, you could do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just, what happens in between, before that time comes, right? Like, I can't go hunting right now, right? Or I get sent to jail, right? It's like I can't even have a chicken coop, right, in my 5-acre yard without the neighbors complaining, and I had to get all this litigation and all this stuff done, right? There's so much,
Yeah, guys listening to this, guys that are listening to this in America, this is Canada. Canada has all these, like, if Buddy puts a solar panel up, you get 5 complaints.
Exactly. I actually had the exact same issue pretty much. It's kind of a long story, but yeah, the neighbors complain for everything. Like, I live pretty much rurally, and it's just I have all this acreage, and it's like I can't do anything without all this litigation, all this crap, and the enemies. Sorry, not enemies. Yeah, they are like enemies. Mm-hmm. Before you slip there, the neighbors are looking out the window, right, from their 70 feet away from or very, very far, not more than 70 feet, but very far away from my land, and they want to tell me what I can and can't do. Right, so it's not visually appealing, or, if you want to have certain plants, like, marijuana plants, or I don't know, if you want to have certain things that could attract druggies, or they have to complain about everything. It's crazy. Like, I've been to other countries, right, and I hate Canada and how crazy they are. You can't do anything.
Yeah. So if you try to run a hobby farm, it'd be like the end of the world for your neighbors.
Pretty much. That's what it is, Mike. It's just like that. They
You
go
know what
crazy.
you could do to piss them off? Just put a huge billboard on your property of Donald Trump.
Yeah, but I'm sure they would come and complain, and that would have to get taken down for something, right? They might get triggered or something like that, you know.
A huge billboard of Donald Trump in your yard, just to get everyone all riled up. So, that guy, you can't. That's a racist. You can't put that up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure though that there's some law, some law somewhere that they can use to take it down, right? They have too much money or too much time, right? It's crazy.
Wow. I'm very sorry to hear that you're going through all this BS, boss. But we're going to keep you on the pulse here on the show, so you could call in and give us updates on what is happening, what you think is happening, how you're feeling, and how you're dealing with this whole, trying to tell people what's going on, and they're looking at you like you just arrived from the Andromeda galaxy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mike, for having me on.
Well, no, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Mm. Well, I'm like, I just want to say it again, with this person who's told me, it's 100%, right? It's not like I said, it's 100% true that these, with this person in Prince George, they have the coronavirus, so it's, like I said, people have to, prepare, right? Like really, it's a really big deal. If there's more than one case, like there is in Prince George, like I said, imagine all the people from China that are in Vancouver right now, right? But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Mike.
All right.
Thanks.
Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
You too. All right. See ya.
God bless. That's our man Elijah in the house giving us an update on what's happening. He's on Vancouver Island, by the way. I showed you guys on. Let me go back to the map if I have it open here. The map. Here it is. So this is where he's from. He's from Vancouver Island. So he's just northwest of Seattle. And the place he's discussing is here, Prince George. It's 2 centigrade there, partly cloudy, sunny, nice weather for the week. It's not bad. BC's got very mild temperatures. It's been nice all week here, rolling my window down, driving around town. It's not bad at all, But man. This is really hitting the fan. All right, I got Stefan. You should talk about starting to wear face masks. Stefan, can you talk, buddy? Are you allowed to talk? I see you here in the comments messaging me. And we spoke to Globetrotter Mike. We got I'm not sure who to call at this time. I'm scared if I get somebody out east by accident. Oof. And it's like 1 a.m. I don't want to. Hey, let's wake up the Raven. Let's see if he's sleeping. Come on, pick up. Come on, pick up. Come on, pick up. Come on, pick up. He's got his Skype off. It's okay. I'm not gonna bug him. He's probably at work, or he's probably listening to us at work. I know Supreme. They said he left the house. Did someone say Supreme left the house, or left the chat? Because he had to go. He probably had to go. Probably got to go to work early, right? So people are commenting about what they grow in their gardens. We should be talking about that, especially if people could basically... let me see. Real German Instincts has a lot to say in the comments section.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Are you drunk?
A little bit, yeah.
Nice.
I think I'm finally going down. Just turned 28 tonight. Went to the comedy club on the 52nd Street in Brampton.
Wait.
Fun night.
It's your birthday?
Yeah, I turned 28 today.
Happy birthday, dude.
Thank you.
You're half of, what is that, 50, 53, 54 years old?
Don't remind me. Ever since 25, it's all downhill as far as I'm concerned. I just feel more sad about my...
it's okay, dude. I'm half of 80, 82.
Well, I have years of youth you'll never have.
What's that? Sorry, I'm just gonna turn up my volume here. What's that?
I said I have years of youth you'll never have.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so now trying to be as PG as possible. Okay, you sent me
Actually,
a lot of information.
the
Now,
most important. I actually want to say something. The most important thing I want to tell everyone is if you bought the big bags of rice, please get rice seasoning. You'll thank me later.
yeah, if that rice, you need to add some sort of like Himalayan salt, some good fresh pepper.
I was suggesting using the Japanese seasoning. Yum
Okay.
yums.
Okay.
I don't know. I just threw that out there. I think that's important because I think a lot of people bought bags of rice,
Right.
but no YouTuber out there or prepper has said, oh, by the way, buy some seasoning.
Yeah. You could always, when I do rice, I just do it Portuguese style. I fry an egg on the side, sunny side up, right? Nice and soft. Flip the egg on top of the rice, and the yolk would break and go into the rice, and then I eat it like that.
Well, eggs are going to be kind of a luxury, sadly, and they don't got as high shelf life.
Yeah, I know that, but you know what? I got some good news about the eggs. We have 4 lines of people that sell us eggs from their chicken coops. Like we have like 4 people, like literally within a 5-minute walking distance from us. We could pick up eggs from at any time. They're over. Yeah,
This lucky guy here, eh?
yeah, yeah. We bought it like 6-7 dozen the other day. So yeah, so I'm not too worried. You know what I'm saying?
Eggs and rice, mwah, delicious.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. So what we got was a bunch of footage from Iranian mass graves being built,
Mhm.
and they're pouring some type of lime in the footage, and then we got another leak suggesting that there could be up to 60,000 infected, which would make more sense because how the hell did we have a Canadian, what was it, 2 weeks ago, just go visit Iran and then he brings back the virus? Like, what are your if the official numbers were real?
Mhm.
Like when they were like, "Oh yeah, we have 200 infected people." Okay, then what are the chances that one Canadian that was visiting would come back and would have been in contact with one of those supposed 200?
You have a better chance if their numbers, like let's say Iran's numbers were legit. You going there and contracting the virus on vacation you have a better chance of winning the lottery with those numbers. So
Well, I don't know the exact statistic, but yeah, it's
no,
it's
but
pretty,
no, you
pretty
you
low
have a better
though.
chance of winning the lottery if the Iranian numbers were correct and they were honest. You going to Iran, come back to Canada, you shouldn't have a problem. But that lady going and another person going and then another person going into Russia from Iran and another person going to, where were they going? They were going to, where was it? Not the Philippines. They were going somewhere else and they had it too.
So is a person in Prince George infected? Because I saw on the map that there's a sharp increase. Like we said, we've been paying less attention to the virus. We keep tabs on it, but what we've been really focusing on is the economics and the local stores and the food runs.
But we have a gentleman that came on that says he knows someone that wouldn't lie to them. To basically tell him, like, hey, buddy got it. He got tested. Somebody came in from Shanghai, came in, visited for a week, then went off to Vancouver and got tested positive, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
So this person was walking around a week and a half, a week, or even 3-4 days, whatever it may be, kind of spilling this thing all over the place.
We need to move away from the mindset that any government's going to be able to contain it. It's only a matter of time.
No. Government's not going to contain nothing. The government's not going to contain us. Do you remember when we started talking about this on Mike and the Nights? Not exactly when we started talking, but 5 or 6 shows in, I said we're going to start using South Korea as a ground floor. I don't care what the Chinese say. We're going to use South Korea as a ground floor because they had 51 cases at the time. They had 51. Mm-hmm. And they would be really good to track because then this way South Korea, I feel, is more transparent than anywhere else pretty much in Southeast Asia. And now South Korea, what is it, 3 weeks after, is at 4,800 cases.
Well, you know what our Discord used as the guinea pig for our data? Because we had guys running sim models. We haven't done them in a while because we just kind of like stopped. We said we're focused on the economics. We stopped caring because we already know it's bad. We were using the cruise ship to run our sim models.
And?
Oh, it was pretty horrific. The data that came out of the cruise ship was pretty scary.
Yeah.
And then Korea happened. So like this was before Korea, but the best guinea pig petri dish for instance was the cruise ship. The Diamond Princess was awesome. It gave us the real. It basically proved to the world that the shit's airborne and it travels through vents.
You know what's scaring me more is a majority of the populations in the West live in condominiums. And that is scary. That is very scary, Harry, because people living in condos, I mean, it travels through sewerage, it travels through the vent system, it travels through everything. So, I mean, you got to get on elevators, you got to share hallways, you got to share the gym, the pool, you got to share everything. So people in condos are like sitting ducks.
Yeah. What about my curious question is, as far as ventilation is concerned, do townhouses share those? Because I know
No, they
townhouses tend
don't
to be
actually.
dual.
They actually do not. The only time they share ventilation, and I know from a builder, is only in the attic. Sometimes the attic, they still have a division in the attic, but they still have some sort of a ventilation between the two attics to circulate the air in the attic. So there's no, I don't know, something with the structure of the roof or something. I don't know, but I know they share ventilation in the attic only.
It's minimal, or it's better. It's not ideal, but it's better.
The last place I
Um,
want to be is in a
what's
condo,
the
honestly.
what's the percentile of people living in high rises and condominiums in Vancouver and Toronto? I just want to know like the population.
Oh, it's a majority because remember, a lot of people were bought out of the housing market. They couldn't live in their own cities. All these homes are empty, owned by foreign investors, and a lot of people are pushed into condos. FOMO. Lots of people. Everyone lives in condos in these big cities. Manhattan, you can't afford to buy a detached house in Manhattan. The average person.
God help us all then.
Yeah, a majority of people living in Manhattan, in the Bronx, living in Harlem, living everywhere. They all live in either apartment tenements, they live in apartments, or they live in condominiums, or those three-story buildings, right? You know, the old three-story buildings with three tenants, like stuff like that. And they share a basement for washing the clothes. Yeah, no, no. Everybody lives in those more, and you know what the funny thing is? They've been pushing for more, urbanizing and putting people more on top, putting people into boxes in the sky that we call condos. And they've been pushing this more and more to get out of this housing crisis because people can't afford to get into a house. So look what it's gotten us right now. This might be the huge powder keg that really takes everything down from the foundation to the top.
But that's what we want, is it not? We want there to be change.
Yeah, the only way to usher in change is we were hoping for a corona injection from the sun to kind of burn out a little bit of our, and get us back off of the whole dependency on electronics. We were hoping maybe for an alien not invasion, but a visit from alien beings visiting us here on Earth and landing on the White House lawn, and that would reset the entire economy if that happened. There's a lot of things that would happen, but I never thought that we would have a pandemic like this. I honestly did not think, and they're
It's
not going to
right.
call it a pandemic anytime soon. You know that, because once the World Health Organization announces a pandemic, that means they're going to have to start closing borders between countries, and they're going to have to start suspending flights and stop travel. And that's going to put a nail in the economy's coffin, and it is election year in America. They got to keep this economy going good, because if they don't, it's going to look bad, and then you're going to have a lot worse. Yeah, I'm not going to go there right now, but you know what I mean, right?
If this leads to crash, the virus looks bad. We're pretty much we're in the movie theater watching the shit unfold as it goes along. It looks bad. I don't see it stopping. If it stops, I'm happy. I get to go back to my little normal life. I live a comfortable life. Mm-hmm. I'm not like Normie who's struggling like that, but I still sympathize with Normie. Don't get it wrong when I say that. But if it gets bad, and it looks pretty bad, it's expanding exponentially. If I'm wrong, by all means, I'm happy, because that means I get to play my bread and circus and play maybe my video games, my hobby. But if what I believe is going to happen, because it's exponentially growing, it's going to slowly spread globally. It's going to turn off every economy, and it's going to cause the crash, whatever. But what happens after the crash? It's not just a reset. It's not so simple. It's going to be political upheaval. There's going to be a new
But
system.
what if this
formed
crash
from it.
comes in and they start implementing chips into everybody and start saying, look what happened. Now we got to chip everybody. Look what happened. Now we got to get rid of cash and introduce a digital system and go into negative interest rates.
There's too many armed Canadians and Americans. It'll never happen. Even the Japanese before World War II, when they bombed Pearl Harbor, they never even planned remotely to ever invade America because no country on this planet can invade North America because we have too many guns. Our civilians are more dangerous than the army. Mm-hmm. You know, even if the American or Canadian military tried to step up, they would suffer so much attrition from every square inch of kilometer they had to take from all these armed civilians. Mm-hmm. It would be ludicrous. So what I think is the emperor's. It's going to be shown to the world that the emperor has no clothes. Their government, their local government, and their federal government. People are going to find out real quick that the government is not this monolithic, powerful being. And it's like Supreme Canon said, when chaos comes, there's going to be no law and order. Mm-hmm. It's going to be law of whoever. And when the government, when chaos is hitting is when the government no longer has its boot on your neck. When the government no longer has our boot on our neck, it's all is fair game at that point. And then something will form from, even if the government were to collapse, something will form. It may take a while, but something will form naturally. It's just how shit works.
Let me ask you a question. If there's 90,936 total confirmed cases, in your opinion, how many tests did they do? 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 tests? How many tests did they do, in your opinion?
In my opinion, that number's a bunch of hogwash.
No, let's say it's 90,000. Let's say this is to a T.
Okay.
How many tests do you think they realistically did? 100,000? 150? A million?
I have no idea. I know the testing method has been really freaking here or there. It's been all over the place. It's really unreliable.
Mm-hmm. Because what keeps me up at night about this virus the most? They've
tested people 4 times, and then by the 5th time, they finally came out positive. Mm-hmm. They've even found small trace amounts in dogs. It's insane.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, so they've told them in China they passed a law not to use dogs for meat.
So if the whole entire planet implodes, I have a fun fact. Here's a fun thought experiment. You know those people in India, those aboriginals, the ones that are the last ones on the planet, the last tribe on the planet that hasn't had any human contact with the modern world?
Well, there's a ton of them in Brazil too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, can you imagine if they're the last, like the whole modern world implodes and they didn't even know the modern world exists, and let's talk about the meager inherits the planet.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Imagine people that were out in wilderness for so long they don't know we exist, and when they see a plane flying over, they think it's aliens, right? And they come out one day to explore, and they find a VCR and put the tape in, and they see Star Wars, and they're like, "Oh my God, look at these people! Who are these people? Look what they're doing!" You know?
Yeah. Can you imagine? Those are the only guys that survive.
Yeah.
They didn't even know we existed around them the whole time.
Yep. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna let you go. Go get drunk, and we'll talk on Mike in the Night. Okay?
Of course. You have fun, my friend. See if Supreme Can's gonna be on the show.
No, he bailed out of the comments. I think he was kind of. I think he's tired.
Well, then have the Raven on. He's always good.
Yeah, he's on right now. I tried calling him, but he didn't answer. So I'll see if he's at work. I don't know.
All right. Ciao for now, brother.
Hasta la vista.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Guys, you are watching Mike in the Night. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, I got a message here in Russian from Snavikalov. Kavalov? Hi, Mike. You are the best, man. I'm drinking Russian beer and watching you early morning, Mike in the Night. Tuesday morning, Mike in the Night. All right. It's probably early afternoon there. Okay, so guys, this is oh man, look, Iceland has a case. Oh, they got 9 now. 9 confirmed in Iceland. We had 1 yesterday. We got 9 confirmed in Iceland. I actually get a good following from Iceland, believe it or not. A good following from Norway, Sweden, I don't know if much Finland that much, but Russia for sure. Bulgaria, Romania, I don't know. Republika Czechia, I don't know those countries, but like I do have some people watching from Spain, France, some from Portugal watch too. Yeah, I'm surprised because 3 right games got podcasting. It's like 10, 11, 12. It's like 1:30 in the morning where he's at. Yeah, stock up on soap, says Lulu. That's 100%, guys. Stock up on disinfectants. You know what I did? I bought bleach was like 3 for $5, like the good bleach. So I bought like 12 of them. And I bought a couple of those spray bottles. So you put like a quarter part bleach and some water if you really need to disinfect stuff. That's one thing. I don't know. That's just an idea I have. I don't know. There's all kinds of ideas out there. So guys, food. One of these things, guys. This is the Dolphin vacuum sealer machine. You could season some food. You could like this. You could seal it, put it in your freezer, have it ready for the future if you need to get it ready for meals. You could do dry too if you want to do dry in Mylar bags. I don't know how this stuff works. Just maybe watch some YouTube videos on how to do this stuff. I don't know much about it, but this is not bad. Guys, get a Life Straw. Guys, please get a Life Straw. What is this crap? Life Straw, where are you? Okay, so that's not going to fly. Let's just look it up on Google. There it is. Oh, that guy's drinking like muddy water. It's like... So this is what a Life Straw looks like, and it's really good. It actually really purifies, dramatically reduces the cloudiness, makes the water taste good. Wow, I couldn't do what this guy's doing. I know it works. Unless I was like in a position where I'm going to die if I don't drink, I'll do it, sure. But I wouldn't do it just to show people. Like, just need to do it if you need to do it, you know? Here's what's inside a Life Straw. This guy breaks it down and shows all the different fibers inside. That looks pretty cool. So, these water bottles, too, are really good. This one, actually, the water goes through this mesh filter, then it goes through the charcoal, then it goes through something else, and then it goes to your mouth. So that's a pretty good one to have. Wow. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of throw some of that stuff up there, too, guys. Yeah, bug out bag, our first caller said, bug out bag, you don't have to go like G.I. Jose. G.I. Jose, you don't need to go like full out tactical when it comes to that. Your bug out bags to get you to point A to point B, right? I wonder if the Raven's awake. I do see him in the comments. I don't know if he could talk though. I think I see him here in the comments. Hold on. I think I just saw him in the comments. Oh, here he is. This has nothing to do with history. My view is a hard one to explain. I struggle with it on the show. I see it clearly, but I have a hard time conveying it. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy putting the pieces together and trying to... It's almost like there's no language that could actually explain it. There's no way to explain it through language, right? No, I can't come on. So he's probably working. Or it's too late. It's like very late where he is right now. It's really hard to get people on when an unexpected show comes on. It's really tough to get people on. I don't know if Rex Cohan is awake still. I'm not sure if he's still awake. Well, it's still 10:30. I don't know if his kids are sleeping. I don't want to wake up. I see him in the comments there. I don't know. I mean, not in the comments. I see him in Skype. I don't know if I should call him. I don't know who's asleep. And then we got... Who else is awake? Who's in Australia? Hello? Who's in Australia? We got... Oh, people leaving in private jets. Yeah. This was sent to me by Liam, who comes on the show from time to time. And wealthy turning to private jets to escape coronavirus outbreak. Firm reports rise in rich families and multinationals looking flights to lower risks. Lots of comments going on. We got something from Twitter here. Oh, there's a march. It's a rally. Well, that's nice. Couple of flags, communist flags waving. They're all going in the back of that truck. Man, I can't read these characters. I can't read these characters. There's just a bunch of guys walking. The girl that's posting it is really pretty. All right, what's going on here? Yeah, okay, yeah. There's nothing on her page. It's just that, I guess. There it is right there. And then somebody buying something at a store there. Oh, wow, look at this. It's a hovercraft. And it's just spraying crap everywhere. Like aerosol crap. Oh my god, look what's trending on Twitter, guys. That's why I don't have Twitter. The Bachelor, number 1. Hockey. Wrestling. Nashville basketball. That's what's trending right now on that's what's trending right now on Twitter. That's really nice. All right. Get your life straws, guys. I don't sell them, but go out and get one. Guys, don't send me YouTube links because I want to get. It's very tough for me to play YouTube links, guys. I really want to, but the problem is it flags my video down for basically trying to steal somebody's It flags me for trying to steal someone's stuff, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm not trying to do, right? All right. Good. How many people we got watching tonight, man? Mike in the Night. Holy crap, we have 218 people with an unscheduled Mike in the Night. This Mike in the Night is going out to all the supporters of the channel, guys, if you want to support the channel. We had some really good call-ins today, so if you're just joining us, scroll back to the beginning of the show. We had some pretty good call-ins discussing survival, discussing stuff. Go here and join the channel, guys. Don't be shy. It's not much money, man. It really isn't in the grand scheme of things. And wow, 132 watching according to this. That's a lot of people for an unscheduled. Guys, go here and make sure you. I'm gonna check the date. Yeah, March 7th. 7th will be, just to make sure. Yeah, Saturday. Making sure I got it right. I screwed up today. I'm really sorry. I did a video today for COVID-19 outbreak. Let's go to this real quick. Pandemic. Don't forget to say basic from the 50 or subtract the total death. 885 because they. This is me going over what the numbers are. There's one article here by coronavirus. His death politics. I don't believe that this works, guys. People licking. I am licking, and I don't care what happens. Yeah, this is not a good thing right now. This is not a thing to do, guys. So people in Iran are licking, like, doorknobs and street posts and right here. Just let me go back to the beginning of this. Yeah, this is not a good thing right now. Now, Iranians licking religious shrines in defiance of coronavirus spread. I don't believe that this works, guys. People licking. I am licking, and I don't care what happens. Yeah, this is not a good thing right now. This is not a thing to do, guys. I ain't a doctor or I ain't a spiritualist when it comes to giving advice. Don't do this. Don't lick things, random things at random places, especially if you think it's going to make you feel better or something. Shocking footage has emerged of Iranians tempting fate by licking the doors and a burial mound at the Fatima Muzammeh's shrine in Qom in the epicenter of the Islamic republics of COVID-19 outbreak. Guys, don't do this, please. That's from today's video, guys. That's right here. Yeah, Mike in the Night last week got a lot of views. 6,300 views from a day ago. That's huge, guys. And here I am back already. So we got lots of people in the comments. King Batman saying, I'm new to the chat. How are you doing, host? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, King Batman, for joining us tonight to Mike in the Night. Remember, guys, to the rules of Mike in the Night. First rule of Mike in the Night, you don't talk about Mike in the Night. Second rule of Mike in the Night, you don't talk about Mike in the Night. Third rule, you must comment and be supportive in your way, your points of views. And if it's your first time on watching Mike in the Night, you gotta call in. All right, we got some videos here from Real German Instincts that was in the show earlier today that called in. And let's see what he's got going. He's got a lot of videos here, so... Oh, hold on. I hear him talking over this. I gotta lower the volume on this. I don't know what they're saying. It sounds like they're talking in Arabic here. Hold on a second. Or Persian. I think it sounds like Persian. All right. How do you lower the volume on this? I want to lower it looks like they're burying something. Restaurant trash, food or something. Yeah, that was the photo he sent me earlier. That's okay. I gotta go the other way. I have no idea what they're saying there. I wish I understood, to be honest. I wish I understood more languages. Oh, this is the guy that's licking the stuff here. Would I be deemed a racist if I told you that this guy's out of his tree? Would I be considered a racist if I said this guy is like losing? Something's up in flames there. Sounds like it's Persian. I think this is in Iran, guys. I think this is, again, Arabic again, guys. Is he taking a selfie of himself there? Everyone's just filming him. No one's like... Let's go back to this guy. This guy.
از عموم مردم عزیز فهیم و آگاه شهرستان بندر انزلی خواهش می‌کند برای حفظ سلامتی خود و خانواده‌های محترم و پیشگیری از شیوع بیشتر ویروس کرونا.
That's not public service announcement.
خونه ما اینجا قبل. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. اینجا قصابخونه بهشت معصومه است. دوشنبه 12 اسفند 98. این امواتیه که می‌بینید از صبح انجام شده کارشون، ولی متاسفانه حجم اموات خیلی زیاد هست و
Guys, I got a really bad feeling. And you know how you get that feeling when you're so right about something, but it's so hard to... That these guys have no idea what the hell they're doing here.
انجام میشه ولی تموم نمیشه. اینا همه کرونایی هستن که باید شسته بشن. اینا همینجور، اینا همه متاسفانه کرونایی هستن که باید.
Next. That was it. Holy. I have to kind of stomach that there a bit. Iran cover up anyone? Did you really trust a dictatorship? Numbers are way high with the corona. Is strong, potent. She is the virus that went to school. And okay, I'm just misreading that. He's drunk right now, but that's okay. That's some scary footage, man. But I mean, we all come to Earth to die. We all come here. We, do what we got to do, and we end up lights out, right? But it's when you see it everywhere around you, it starts to. Yeah, Mike Banks has the right idea. He's going on a smoke break. So, let me see here. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to our friends here at Johnny Hopkins. COVID-19. So let's get over to Iran here. So 291 recovered, 66 deaths. That is not good because that ratio right there, 1,500 to 66 deaths, that's a bad ratio. That's at least 5%. It's not, it's a horrifically bad, but still, I think we counted more bodies in whatever that place was there in Iran than what they're reporting here. Man. Okay, we got... But what about... Okay, guys, let's call a spade here. Okay? This is what they're telling us, right? But how many cases do you think we'll have in Yemen before somebody decides to test for it? Because a lot of people are still being documented as dying from pneumonia. Right? I know that they've got cases in Egypt, right? I think Israel's got some too. They got 12. Lebanon has 13. Right? These are countries we never looked at a week ago. Look at Spain. 120. We got Johnny D in the house, Ravens in the comments, Ben North in the house. Guys, thank you for joining me for this unscheduled Mike in the Night. This is all for the supporters of the channel. And Raven sent me a mic. Everyone supports in one way or another, whether they're commenting, whether they're sharing videos, whether they're calling in, whether they're mailing me stuff. So total deaths, 3,117. I don't know, guys. I just... and again, I don't care how many people are infected with it. I want to know how many people were tested. And I've said this at the beginning of the show. If 300,000 people were tested and 90,000 came back, that's a bad ratio. Right. Pseudo-scientist is saying, this depends on the death rate which we are guessing at. Yeah. If I was allowed to use music from other, like, just open music, I got a song on my head that just keeps coming up. I am a passenger. I ride and I ride on the city's backside. I see the stars come out of the sky. Looking at this song keeps coming to my head tonight. I don't know why. Seattle's kind of blowing up a bit too, right? Oregon, 2 confirmed. California's a bit, just all brush fires all over California. But that's how it starts. Do you remember, guys, when we were looking at South Korea? Okay, let's do this. Let's go back to an actual show. So I don't have to keep... Let's go to a show and see what it was at. Mike of the Night. Let's go back. Oops. I jumped in every hour to see whatever. Let's go back. Let's go to... Oh, not Mike of the Night. Let's go back to the COVID series here. COVID series. Let's go back. Let's go to COVID series. Let's go back to the earliest show we have. Oh, is this by date? How do I have this thing? I think we had it... Oh, this is not by date. Let's sort by... Date added newest. Date published newest. There we go. There we go. So let's go back here. All right. So I think it would be this one. Oh, you know what, guys? I had a live one. Let's go to my videos. Let's go to my live stream. I had a live one. Live streams. Okay. That's all it shows for my live streams. Because I had one just counting the numbers, like just playing music in the background. It looks like it was taken down. All right, let's do it the other way then. Let's go back. Let's pull it up. Let's look. I remember South Korea had 50 cases. All right. All right, let's go back to this one. This one was published.
What individuals do to...
There's Supreme Canada. This one was published a long time ago. This one was like January 25th. So let's see if we open the WHO here and see if we could peek at what the number was at the time. Let's see if we have it here. Let's see if we have it here. All right, I just got sent something that I should be putting up. Hold on a sec. Let's see if I open the Johnny Hopkins thing here. I just want to take a peek at it and see what South Korea was at. I think I have it here. Hold on. Was that it? Is that South Korea? What is this? Tibet. No, what is this? Tibet. No, that's just China broken down. I know I brought it up. I know I brought up the John Hopkins thing quite a few times. I remember sitting at around 50, 55 cases. Now it's like 2,000 or something, or 5,000 cases now. It's like, what the hell, man? Really? What are they trying to hide from us? It's not on this one. I'm surprised I didn't bring it up on this one. There's another Mike of the Night economy gold.
But in the virus...
See if it's in this one.
When they
We're talking about the virus
city
all
down,
the time. That's
when
all
they're
we talk
welding
about now on the
a
show.
condominium,
On
people's
Mike of the
condo.
Nights. But I want to get into preparedness, getting people ready for what's going to happen, getting people on the right side of getting their mindset prepared for the right things to do when it. Man, I don't have it open here. I probably have it open for like a second or two, and then can't really see it here. But we got a lot of clips here going on. I just want one. Leaked numbers, trends in the pandemic, hospital in Wuhan. And they're building a bunch of hospitals in Iran to deal with this. That's another bigger deal. There's another one here. Let's check this one. Okay, so we're getting a lot of scratching noises here. Well, I don't have any Johnny Hopkins stuff open. I don't see this getting any better in the next week. I really hope to God something happens and they start fixing this problem. Yeah, they haven't fixed the problem. I'm talking now from the future. It ain't looking good, guys. So COVID ain't being good to us. COVID. Let's get Buddy on the show here. Let's get our buddy here on the show. He sent me an article. Shanghai says visitors entering from virus-hit countries must be quarantined. Wait, people visiting from Shanghai? Because everyone, for some bizarro reason that's visiting from Shanghai, is bringing it to somewhere else.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, dog?
I am okay. How are you?
Okay, you sent me that article. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, it's just read it recently. China is urging overseas visitors. It was not urging, but they're quarantining overseas visitors to Shanghai. No matter where you're from, if you're coming to Shanghai, you're going to be quarantined for 14 days.
Oh, so if I come in from Portugal to Shanghai, they're going to quarantine me.
Yeah, there isn't much information. It's literally about 2 paragraphs of information, but it's literally breaking 29 minutes ago. So literally says Shanghai will require everyone entering the city from countries with relatively serious virus conditions, so probably not Portugal, to submit to 14 days of quarantine. And the rule applies to all people regardless of nationality.
Do you know what that means?
Basically, if you're traveling from probably...
No. I mean, the grand scheme, countries are not trusting each other now.
Yeah. Well, then nobody trusted China, right? So they're basically doing the same.
Of course no one trusts China. Okay, so anything else? Any other info you want to maybe... do you see Iran? What the heck is going on with Iran, man?
I haven't seen the latest. Breaking news as well about 20 minutes ago. If you believe this or not, I'm not sure if I believe this. The Pope has been confirmed as negative of having the virus.
Okay, that's okay. That's he probably doesn't have it, but
yes. But if he did have it, would you tell the world? I don't know if they would, right?
Well, we'll know in a couple of weeks if he does.
Yeah. So that's also breaking. Am I live right now?
You're live right now, buddy. Everyone's listening to. We did a last minute Mike in the Night.
Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't know you was doing one tonight.
I had for some bizarro reason, I had a live stream scheduled for today, which I never scheduled. I scheduled it for the 4th of March. And all these people were in the comments chatting and saying, and all these people were calling me on Skype and saying, "Hey, what the heck's going on? Where are you?" I'm like, what happened? And then I went to check. This is the 3rd or 4th or 5th time that YouTube where I scheduled a live stream and it would go on a different date and a different time completely.
Yeah, because I always look at your scheduled streams, but I didn't see one for today.
Yeah, but people saw one for today. That was the weird thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was weird. So I said, you know what? It's Monday night. The kids are in bed. I'm done my business for the day. I'm going to just do a Mike in the Night and hang out with you guys, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, because I got some footage here from Iran, and I played it earlier, and I was in shock to see all the body bags and stuff, and I mean, people don't die so fast, and these I guess places can't keep up with the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just gonna get worse, right? It's just gonna get worse. One other thing is, I don't really want to mention the country I'm in, but I'm in a Southeast Asian country, and I went to the supermarket yesterday, and they're scanning for body temperatures in the supermarkets now. And if you have a fever or you got a high temperature, you're refused entry to your local supermarket.
Okay, so you can't even get in to buy food if you have a fever.
Yeah,
well, I don't blame them for doing that.
Better not go into the supermarket with a high temperature because you ain't gonna get no food.
I mean, what if you're naturally always a warm guy? Like, I know some people that are always warm and they're always high blood pressure, go, go, go type of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was thinking something similar. I need to look into it into more details. What if you've been exercising and you've been running and you're sweating? Would your forehead be show as a high temperature? Because I don't know how these machines, those handheld temperature machines. I don't know how it's just the surface temperature, right? It's just scanning the surface temperature of your forehead. So if you've been running and doing a few kilometers of exercise,
I don't think no one's gonna be running in Southeast Asia right now for a while. Like,
you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how these little handheld things work. And also, how do you know the really that what's the word?
Riget?
No, I mean, how do you know they've been calibrated correctly? How do you know they're actually giving you the correct temperature, right?
Yeah. And all these young professionals getting it and dying from it too. Young professionals.
Did you hear that? I think it was Twitter has told all staff to stay home and to work from home. Yeah.
I actually covered that. So we got another one here of somebody. Looks like they're jumping from a looks like they're dropping something from a building. It looks like a trash bag or some sorts.
Okay.
Yeah, someone just jumping out of a building here. It looks. Where is this? This is from 3 minutes ago. Looks like somebody's jumping. Looks like restaurant trash. You like how I always use restaurant trash as a metaphor? Yeah, it looks like food, restaurant trash, like restaurant stuff,
Okay, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. It looks like somebody. It doesn't look like a body though. It's too small.
Have you seen in China before a few weeks ago where people are literally jumping out of the buildings?
Yeah, well, they're starving, right? So I mean, people if they're being held against. That's why I hate what they're doing to people, man. I really hate how they're treating other human beings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like it's not just about food. It's also your personal mental attitude of the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you handle being stuck in a room for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks? Could you handle that? I don't know if the average Joe could handle that.
I would actually mentally prepare myself. I'd have an entire library of books. Yeah. I would have like 3 or 4 bed sheets to change, through. I would have a little fridge in there, like a little mini fridge. I would have my Nintendo Switch, my Game Gear, my Game Boy Advance. I would have my phone always charged so I could see what's happening outside. And that's it. That's what I'd hope I could actually have with me. And then I think I could, because my bedroom, if I quarantine myself in my bedroom, I have my bathroom, like my ensuite, so I can go to the bathroom whenever I want and shower without going through the rest of the house. I could probably do it. I'm not saying I did do it once, technically, when Hurricane Wilma went through Broward and Miami-Dade County. We didn't have electricity for 2 weeks. Literally no electricity for 2 weeks. So I couldn't charge my cell phone. I couldn't do anything. And I resorted, and I couldn't go anywhere because it was down trees and power lines everywhere. So I couldn't even leave my house. All I do, you know what I do? I would just read manuals, like repair manuals that I had in the house. I didn't have books. So I would go through repair manuals and read them from cover to cover.
But the thing is how would the average Joe deal with no internet for 2 weeks, right? You see what they're like when this Facebook is down for a couple of hours or Twitter's down for a few hours. People go crazy, right? Mm-hmm. They're addicted to these things.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're totally right about that. See, I don't know if you remember that article where teen survives 4 hours without Wi-Fi. Do you remember that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh man, I can't show that on here.
And because when you was younger, right, you didn't really have internet, or you didn't have much access to the internet really, and just played outside, right? Play football, play games with your mates, climbing trees, discovering things. Kids don't really do that anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on a greater picture, I think it's not really the virus that we need to be obviously we need to be concerned about a virus, but it's the social disorder that we really need to be afraid of, right?
Yeah. No, it is. It's the we're going through small stages of social unrest.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go into civil unrest, but it's going to be tamed at the beginning. It will be tamed at the beginning by the officials when the officials start realizing that they need to be with their families. And that's when all street gangs and stuff and things start taking over, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the military would be home with the family. They're just gonna go home and protect their family. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that will happen. I believe a lot of military isn't going to go there policing, thinking they're going to get a promotion to a government that won't be in existence in another 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Did you see President Trump's meeting today with his coronavirus task force? Did you see that?
He has one. He has a coronavirus task force. Is it called the Strike Force?
Yeah, coronavirus task force. That's what it's called. But the funny thing was, I used to like Trump, right? I kind of liked him. I thought he was gonna shake the system up a little bit.
Okay, we got military traffic here in Tallahassee, in Florida, being filmed. Here it is, guys. It looks like it's military traffic. So we got the sidearm police there, making way for military traffic, and we got regular state and county police holding off traffic. So it looks like they're moving like restaurant trash or restaurant supplies here, and food. I'm joking. I don't know what this is, but it looks. Oh, it's FEMA. That truck set had a FEMA on it, and there's a lot of Humpty Dumpties. What do they got here? Hold on, let me just see what's coming up here. Wow, like big trucks. They're just plowing through northern Tallahassee today, right by the Target. There's a Target. There goes the police. The police drive off, and they go over to their next intersection to block traffic. So it looks like lots of military traffic coming through from what it shows, from what I'm seeing there in Tallahassee. Yeah, it's FEMA. I saw the FEMA. I saw the Eagle, and I saw the FEMA there. That's what people are saying in the comments. So so you're in Southeast Asia. You know, you got to be safe, be careful, because you're in Southeast Asia is the epicenter of this whole thing. So, you still there? Hello? Okay, we lost our caller. Oh, he probably had to go. But we lost our caller. No big deal. No big deal. So, where's Buddy from here? Okay, there's somebody here from Oregon. Let's give him a call. Hello? How you doing, bud?
All right, how are you?
Are you sleeping?
No. Just taking it easy.
Good. I just got your message. You're live on Mike in the Night. We did a last-minute show here. What's on your mind? Tell us.
Well, would you like to talk about the virus?
That's what we're talking about tonight. That's pretty much what we've all been talking about.
Okay, I'll try to stay on topic.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, I've been watching Dr. Campbell over in England, and Chris Martenson, and a few other what I believe are credible vloggers.
Right.
Once in a while they do live casts, and one of them said that this particular virus, it's a new virus, of course. We know that. There's no antibodies for it. but it nestles in the throat, where MERS or SARS-1 gets down deep into the lungs. And of course, we know that it doesn't transmit. The MERS and the SARS-1 didn't transmit until you started being symptomatic. And we know this new virus only transmits when you're, it transmits from shortly after you make contact and go into incubation, and then all the way up until and then past the time that you get symptoms, which could be up to 3 weeks or more, possibly.
Right.
But anyway, because it nestles in the throat and because it can be transmitted asymptomatically, which is fairly unusual, that it is highly transmissible, even though they don't have really good statistics, because the CCP is so incredibly dishonest, even more so than we are in the West.
That's definitely, that's for sure. That's why when I was doing a couple of Mike in the, 4 or 5 weeks ago, we were doing Mike in the Nights, and we were covering this, and we started covering it more and covering it more. And we got to a point like 3 weeks ago where I said, okay, screw China. Screw everybody else. We're going to look at South Korea. They got 51 cases. This is a good ground floor to start on. South Korea, I think, will be more transparent and will ask for help from the World Health Organization. And fast forward 3 weeks later, they're sitting at 4,812 cases.
Yeah, South Korea is a hotbed, along with Iran and Italy. And Japan, I think, is scared to death because they're already having economic problems, and then they've got the Summer Olympics coming up, and I think they're scared to death and they're trying to cover it up. But South Korea seems to be aggressively combating this outbreak, and also they seem to be more honest than the other 60+ countries that have confirmed cases. So, at least that's my perception.
Well, that's why I took South Korea a couple of weeks ago at face value. They were sitting at 51 cases. I said this is a good ground to work from and kind of follow their transparency and see what they get to. 3 weeks later, 4,800 cases.
Yes, that tells you that the R-naught estimates that the credible R-naught tests. I think in the Lancet they estimated about 10 days ago that they were guessing based on all the information that they could get that the R-naught was between 5 point something and 6 point something, and that the disease can actually, if it's not heavily quarantined, following strict protocol, it can actually double about every 2.4 days in a given area with people just running free. 2.4 days doubling. Well, it doesn't take long to get up to where everybody's infected.
Right. It won't. Definitely won't. So we're going to keep our eye on South Korea, Italy, Iran, Japan, France, Germany, Spain. Well, I'm surprised Spain had two cases a week and a half ago, right? So, okay. What advice can you give to people that are living in condos? A majority in the West of the population are living in dense areas in condominiums. What advice can you give these people? Like, it could mix through water, it could mix through ventilation, they're sharing corridors, they're sharing elevators, they're sharing stairwells. What advice can you give to people living in condos? Because a majority of people watching this living in a condo right now. Be prepared, don't be paranoid, and do a lot of praying.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, Mike. If it's true that this virus is transmitted through aerosol, not just through droplets, where it's transmitted through the air, which it appears based on that Diamond Princess that was docked over there in Yokohama. They kept the people quarantined in their quarters and delivered food to them. And they had the inside cabins, I think, had central air. The outside, maybe they could block them and then go out on the balconies or whatever of that big cruise ship. But I think over 1,000 people of the 3,000, there was over 3,000 cruisers on there, plus I think 1,000 staff, I'm pretty sure. And I think over 1,000 contracted the disease while they were in quarantine, and it only started with a few, or a couple, or maybe one.
Did you see the Fox News the guy going on Fox News saying he's doing well and he's coughing up blood?
No, I don't. I don't watch any of the mainstream news, even Fox, which I am a little bit lean towards conservative views, but I don't care to watch. I like to research online all day long. That's where I get my information and just think for myself. But I didn't see that. I'm not being critical.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
I have it up here. So man is on Fox News. He was on one of those ships. He's out and about. He's out of quarantine. He's feeling good. And then he goes on Fox News, and then he just coughs. He literally can't stop coughing. They have to cut him off because it's really bad. So here it is. This clip here is 48 seconds long. He's talking. And he's coughing, and he's coughing, and his daughter's coughing. He's coughing. And it gets really, really, really... There he's coughing again, and he's having a really tough time breathing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's coughing again. Yeah, you guys could... Everyone could look it up if they like. It's kind of backfires on him, and just goes to show how people are, I guess... I mean, do you carry on a cough after you're out of quarantine and you're feeling better? Do you carry on a cough still, or what happens after, right?
Well, this particular infection appears, there are cases that apparently are substantiated cases that where a person has been infected, been hospitalized, and then been tested again and tested negative. Their lungs were clear and they were released, and they got reinfected. And on the second infection, similar to dengue fever, the second infection can entail significant, more serious complications than the first one on a reinfection. And then there's people that test negative, but they're still contagious. That I haven't confirmed it, but I've heard credible people say it.
Yeah, if we had someone on the show a week and a half or 2 weeks ago that gave us a breakdown on how when you get the disease, you get better, you get out and about, you get it again, and your heart has taken so much. Your heart's taken so much already. People get it back again, and they just fall dead of a heart attack or cardiac arrest.
Yep.
So now let me ask you a question that nobody's answering online, and this is the one question I've been asking for a couple of weeks now. 90,936 cases over at the Johns Hopkins CSSE. I couldn't care less of this number. This number means absolutely nothing to me. This number only means something to me if they could tell us how many people were tested. That's the problem. If 200,000 people were tested and 90,000 came back positive, we're sitting ducks. If 10 million people were tested, which I highly doubt, 10 million, and 90,000 came back positive, that's not too bad, right? So no one's telling us how many people have been tested. That's the scary part.
If you follow the logic, Mike, and whether you use the R0 rate of 2 point something or 4 point something or 6 point something days, regardless, if you go back to early December or late November when the first known virus was detected, and then do the doubling every 2 to 6 days, depending on which factor you want to use in your mathematics. Regardless, I would say, and all the traveling that's been done, I would say that
Lunar New Year.
Yeah, I would say that there are a couple of million people, at least in the world right now, that have the illness, and probably several million.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
And that's my guess based on just using the logic, just using logic and mathematics.
Yeah, numbers don't lie. So
yeah,
now they're claiming that it's wearing off in China now. Is it wearing off because they're running out of people to get it, or is it wearing off?
It's not wearing off. The news is making it wear off.
Well, it is an election year. Are you where are you? You're in Oregon, right?
Yes.
Okay, you're on my time zone, so it's like it's yeah. There's people watching us right now in the UK that's like 4 a.m. right now. Wow.
Well, that's because you're popular.
No, everyone has a chance to come on here and talk. Everybody. And
You know, when I first started watching you when you moved from Vancouver to Merritt, and I liked you right away, and I've missed very few of your little ditties that you do, your morning coffees, or anything that you've done, Mike in the Night, and the real estate show on Wednesdays, the Mike in the Nights on Saturdays. I've got them all, but by the way, you're the only. I've been a serious follower of vlogs for about 6 years, and you're the first and only person I've subscribed to. That's the honest truth. And I just recently did it. I was so reluctant. I'm so paranoid about subscribing to anyone because I think that the wrong people are going to find out that I'm there. You know, not that I'm running from the law or anything.
Yeah. No, I understand. I had somebody actually message me like last year that told me that they can't subscribe to my channel because their employer has their password, and if they know they're subscribed to a channel like mine, they can get let go. Even though I talk about real estate and I talk about, it's just pretty much an open mic.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's the kind of censorship we're living under right now.
Yeah, it's
and by the way, the first probably until about the last less than a year, I have you on a TV that's connected to the internet, smart TV, and then also on the laptop. And up until less than a year ago, even though I was typing you in, searching you, and then looking all the time on the TV, it would never come up again. I mean, I couldn't find Mike Martins on there. Most of my other searches would come up. It would show you as one of my favorite searches, right? And then I just click onto you and go right onto your program.
Right.
But I kept having to type it in all the time because it was like it would never show. So they were doing something with the, algorithmically or censorship-wise with your channel a lot.
I know they have. And the problem is it's been happening. There was a time where I was losing 100 plus subscribers per day for like 10 days in a row. And then there was a time where every time I approach 5 million views on my channel, it gets cut back to 4.1 million every time, 4.2 million every time. So I don't even know where I'm at anymore with the channel. I don't even know how many people have been unsubscribed. I don't know what's happening, and it's dedicated followers like yourself that always, look for it and know that I'm still here, right? I'm always welcome for anyone to come and sue me. I'm always welcome I don't have an employer, you know what I'm saying? So, so if anybody like I bring up a story or something, I've already been threatened to be sued many times by people. Like somebody breaks the law or something, or somebody does something really bad, and we talk about it on the channel, and they threaten to sue me over it, and I'm like, oh, you got caught stealing, and then now you're gonna sue me because you got caught stealing. That's the type of world we live in,
Yeah, there's a lot of negativity out there, and a lot of people trying to control what's going on. And Julian Assange, in one of his last interviews that I ever saw, and Julian Assange mentioned that I don't remember what the second ideology was, but he said one of the two most predominant ideologies in the West today is the neoliberal ideology, and he said that exists in Silicon Valley and in Hollywood. And he said that is a big power base. And I think that may have a lot to do with what's going on with the censorship and the control.
Well, the mainstream media is losing the war, right? There's probably more people watching this show than they're watching CNN right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's scary when some guy that has no education comes on and opens a mic and says, let's talk about what's happening, Like a lot of people don't want to get into or take the path I'm taking because they're scared of losing a job, maybe risking their lives, you know what I'm saying? Right now I'm at a point in my life where it's like it's now or never. If I don't accomplish what I need to do here on this planet before I go, I just feel like I'm on a mission right now in a good way. And
well, I appreciate the enormous effort that you put into doing your show. I know it takes a lot of effort, especially with a wife and kids, and your business and everything. It must take all your energy. So I just hope you can hold up, because I really enjoy your show. I enjoy being part of it. Even without this conversation, just watching and listening to all the other callers. And by the way, I miss the Lost Canuck. Mario DeCetis. I miss him.
Yeah, you know what? He messaged me on Facebook 2 days ago.
Mm.
I replied. I said, I'm doing well. I have this, how's the fam, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get him on the show. I'm going to get him on Trends in the Housing Market to give us an update on what's going on. And if he knows anything, he's trying to get sued too by real. So okay, guy launders money to buy a house. We covered the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guy launders money into Canada, breaks 30 laws, buys house, and wants to sue me. Okay, sue me. I don't care. I'll make this into the biggest segment of my show. Man gets sued for discussing about a guy that laundered money into the country to buy a house that's $2 million overpriced. Sue me. Take me to court. I don't care.
Oh, some night, Mike. Not tonight. We're kind of on the virus, topic. But some night, if you ever want to discuss it, if you're having a slow night, I'll tell you a story. I was involved in several partnerships on real estate back in the 1980s.
Can you tell us on trends in the housing market this Wednesday? It's going to be earlier than this time.
Is it? I'll try to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to put you on my favorites list here. And I will put you on my favorites list here. So I know that you are somebody that we could contact if or you could message me while I'm live, or you could send me links or what you call it, show tips, anything. Just if you want to be, more in, I'm going to add you to the favorites here. And this way you are, here you go. Add to favorites. There you go.
And by the way, Mike, I was married to a Filipina for 13 years. I first traveled to the Philippines when I was 26 years old and lived with an Ilonggo family in Metro Manila for a couple of months. And then I fell in love with the country, later married a Filipina. I've spent about a little over 2 years in the country. I've made 10 trips and several long trips. I've traveled all over the Philippines. And I traveled over there to my final destination was General Santos City, where Manny Pacquiao is from.
Mm-hmm.
And I traveled twice over there last year. Sat next to a gal coming from Hong Kong back to the U.S., a Chinese gal, spoke Cantonese on Philippine Airlines. But anyway, I just wanted to mention to you, I sympathize with you not being able to get a refund from PAL, Philippine Airlines, but I think that every other airline I've ever dealt with, especially in the last few years, they don't cut you any slack especially if you buy economy class, which is what I always do. I've had flights cancel on me, and then the next flight with a different airline won't give me a refund because a flight canceled on me, and I couldn't make my next flight.
Oh, connecting flight.
Yes, and I've lost my whole itinerary. I mean, I've had to write off the whole damn thing, all the way over and back, everything.
Okay, so I don't have it that bad then.
No, if you're talking $1,500 Canadian, were you booking for 5 people?
Yeah, so it was about roughly like 4,500 Canadian, yeah.
And so it's about 1,000 US, roughly, a little more.
Oh no, 4,500 Canadian is.
No, I mean, if you just canceled right now, would it be 1,500, or is it just if you wanted to change the flights
to rebook? But I have until December 25th to use it of this year. But what if this thing doesn't clear up by then?
I agree with you about canceling the flight, but can you cancel, not rebook, just cancel, and pay that $1,500?
No, I can just cancel and get nothing out of it.
You mean you just lose the flights?
Yeah.
And if you rebook, it's going to cost you $1,500 more?
Right, but I have to use it by December 25th, 2020. And if it doesn't clear up by then, I'm out another $1,500.
Well, if you cannot cancel it depends on the airline's policy, but it seems to me that you you might be able to get a pretty stiff cancellation fee, but not have to eat the whole 4,500 if you just canceled it and just rebook at a time and not be under the gun. You know, if you've spent 4,500 already for the 5 tickets, and then you've got to spend another $1,500, then you're out $6,000, 6 large, 6 big ones.
Yeah, 6 large.
And then you're under the gun because now you've got to rebook, and you've got to you feel like you've got pressure between now and December. You got to do it.
Right.
And if it was me, I would probably, I would either just go and take my chances. That's what I'd probably do, because I'm too stingy and I might end up killing my whole family, or at least inconveniencing them probably. Mm-hmm. But I agree with all of your concerns about the possibility of being quarantined or not being able, there's something going wrong. And also, Mike, even every time I've made 10 trips over there to the Philippines over the years. And almost every time I get over there, I get sick, and I'm not a sickly person. Mm-hmm. So flying on an airplane where you've just got you've got 300, 350 people, and you've only got maybe 5 or 6 bathrooms at the most. So and then sometimes one person will go to a different bathroom each time. So if one person on there is contaminated, and also they have like a central air, like you were saying, it's a sealed tube that you're flying at 35,000 feet or whatever. And that air is recirculating in there and going through the cabin filters, but still you don't know if, that the air, this is an aerosolized, we know that it's aerosolized. So it can go in the air, this sickness. And like I get sick, but it's probably if one person on the whole plane is sick, I get sick every time I get to my destination. So what's going to happen if there's somebody with that virus?
Yeah, one guy's sick in the back and you're in the front and you get sick because of that one guy in the back.
Oh, yeah. Hell, if one, who knows about this virus? It's a new virus. There's more that's unknown than is known. If one person farts on the plane, your whole family might get the sickness.
Okay, but anyway, you're in your state, you have a confirmed case according to what these guys are saying here?
Yeah, well, in Oregon, Washington, I think there are already 6 dead in Washington County.
Okay, there's one. It looks like it's west of Portland here. There's 2 confirmed in Portland.
Yeah, I haven't been following that. There's so much news, that I haven't been following the ones closest to me. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I'm seeing it here. So you're there, Are you north or south of Salem?
I'm on the southern coast, so Coos Bay is right on the coast, about 117 miles north of the California border.
Okay, I know exactly where you are. I know where you are. Yeah, Coos Bay. Here it is. I always wanted to drive up that highway. Maybe one day I'll drive up the highway because I want to go up to Astoria.
Astoria, yeah.
I want to go up there because that's where they filmed The Goonies.
Oh, did they?
That's the movie The Goonies. They filmed it in that area, Astoria there, where they filmed the movie The Goonies. I just want to just kind of like go around, drive around, take some pictures in that area.
That's on the south bank of the Columbia River. Mm-hmm. The Columbia River has the largest flow of any river in Oregon, and the Umpqua and the Rogue are second and third. As far as all these rivers come out of the mountains, out of the Coast Range, and flow into the ocean. And
I just would like to go up there one time, take the family in the minivan. Man, this sucks, man. I wanted to use part of my summer doing some American road trip, maybe take 5 all the way down to like Los Angeles and then take 10 across to Jacksonville. And then once I get to Jacksonville, go south to Miami and then take the kids up to Disneyland and then go up to like New York and see my family in Providence, Rhode Island. And
that'd be cool.
Yeah, but now with this stupid crap happening, man, damn.
I'll give you a tidbit. The Oregon coast in the summertime in the Northern Hemisphere, the Oregon coast is the second most popular tourist attraction on the entire West Coast. That's Oregon, Washington, California, after Disneyland. It's the second most biggest tourist attraction, the Oregon coast, because that's how beautiful it is.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I lived in the West Coast here, and I know it's very beautiful. Anywhere with water and beautiful scenery, and yeah, I'm seeing that Highway 1, that old one. Yeah, I want to take it sometime. Hopefully, like this crap. This virus is really impeding on a lot of people's lives. Whether or not they got it or not, it's not the case. The problem is it's impeding on so many, like, what if I can't do this now, I can't do that, I can't travel now, I can't,
Oh, they just shut 2 days ago. They just shut down Disneyland in Tokyo.
Yes, they did.
And it's like a chain reaction. They shut down the Hajj over in Mecca in Saudi Arabia. They shut down the Hajj, the biggest religious pilgrimage in the world. They shut that down. And if you look all around the world, you can see so many millions of people that are going to lose their jobs, and people that are going to lose their apartments. They're not going to be able to pay their mortgage. There's businesses by the millions that are going to be hurt significantly, going to go further into debt to try to survive, or just go out of business. It's going to happen all over the world, and it's going to be a lot bigger than people think economically.
Yeah, it definitely is. We're going to have a shutdown, and we're going to have a huge shutdown on our logistics, transport.
Yeah, the airlines they're collapsing, and the commercial aircraft builders like Boeing and Airbus, the rail, the shipping, there's ships sitting all over the place that they either can't unload or they can't get a load, or they're deadheading back somewhere, without a load, without a payload,
or they can't port anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and the trucking is going to start. Last year was a bad year for trucking in America. 2019 had almost a record going out of business of trucking businesses. It was big, but the first quarter of this year is shaping up to be worse. And even before the coronavirus, the first few weeks of the year was starting to look like it was at the same rate or higher than 2019. So definitely, trucking businesses are going out. Trucking, rail, from Supreme about the rail business up in Canada. But
that's the Raven.
The Raven, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, the Raven with from CN Rail there. He tells us what's going on there, kind of with the empty loads and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch, I'm going to let you go because I'm actually falling asleep right now. I'm getting really tired.
Well, I got to talk with my people over in General Santos City right now. They're this is my time because it's 14 hours advanced over there. So this is the time that I chat with them over there, do Skype and stuff.
Good. Yeah, keep us in the loop. I'll have you on the show again. Maybe you could come on trends in the housing market and tell us some of what's going on in the housing and what's going on with some bad deals you had in the past, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you some dirty tricks that I learned from attorneys that were an attorney that was both an attorney and a licensed California real estate broker. Wow. And also an attorney. And I'll tell you a real dirty deal that he did. And I was against it, but the other partners voted to do it. And it turned out really bad for us. And then about 15 years later, he ended up going to prison for the same kind of stuff, and lost his lawyer's license and his real estate license, and went to prison.
Nice.
For similar type of stuff. But it took many, many years for them to catch up with him. It wasn't about our issue. It was similar type of stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll tell you about it when we have time.
Okay, Mitch. Thanks so much for taking the call.
Okay, thanks, Mike, for taking care of your family and taking care of us out here in the virtual reality world.
All right, God bless.
Okay, you too. God bless. Good night.
That's our man, our new addition to the show, our man Mitch Madden. He's related to John Madden, the football guy. All right, guys. One last time, last channel plug for the night. Guys, don't forget to join the channel right here. This is a last-minute show. Guys, don't forget to set the reminder for trends in the housing market this Wednesday. And if you guys can, don't forget to set the reminder for Mike in the Night on Saturday night. And don't forget to shoot me a tip on PayPal if you'd like. Go ahead and buy a Raven mug or a nice Trends in the Housing Market towel or Mike in the Night towel. Look at that. That's a nice towel, man. And people are messaging me like crazy. Crazy. Guys, I'm going to give you my Facebook if you need to message me on Facebook. Here it is, guys. Message me on Facebook if you can, please. Thank you. And if you guys want to message me on Instagram, I'm also on Instagram. I don't know why I'm on Instagram, but I guess it's easier, I guess, to use I don't know, just to put pictures, I guess. So go ahead and message me on Instagram and follow me, whatever. And send me the show tips if you guys like. And if there's anything else, guys, you know what to do. One last Mike in the Night song before we kick off here. It's late in the night and
Gemini King, Mike in the Night, and the Gemini crew. Ooh. Night, you're here with Mike in the night. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Let's just talk about the world, give this page another turn, 'cause you're here with us tonight. Everything's alright when you're here with Mike in the night. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Giving the world light when you're here with Mike in the night. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Sometimes things are just absurd, so let's just talk about the world, 'cause you're here with us tonight. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Mike it through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Let's just talk about the world, give this page another curl, 'cause you're here with us tonight.
Good night, y'all. Thanks for watching.